Hello everybody, welcome back to Random Rosters here on youtube.com/JonosaurusRex. We are inside of ESPN NFL Primetime 2002, the toughest title of any of these games to get down because it's the most words and syllables. My name is Sean. I post videos every single day, and every Tuesday you can catch a brand new installment of Random Rosters where we play through a single season in each of these games, but do a fantasy draft before the season starts and watch the chaos happen. If you'd like that, be sure to scroll down, subscribe, ring the bell. You'll be notified when I post new videos, and you can keep up on all of the latest happenings inside of all of the games that I play, but you can keep up week to week with Random Rosters. All right. We're going to have our first repeat team of the day today. I couldn't really find another good game, so we're just going to go ahead and throw it back in. I try, especially early in the season, I try to make sure everybody gets cycled through, because there are times where teams are like 2-12, and I'm like, I don't want to touch that. That's not interesting at all. They can't possibly be an interesting thing to watch. So, try to cycle through all of the teams as quickly as possible before things get too separated. We have two scoreless teams so far. The Panthers, no, it's the Lions and the... this menu system is not great. It is the Panthers. Okay, it's the Panthers and the Lions. Those teams have not scored a single point all season long. So we'll see if they can maybe pick up some points today. Every week, or this week, like every week here in the on the show, we have 4 matchups for you. We're going to start with the Ravens and the Bengals in an AFC Central matchup. Then we're going to head to Chicago to watch an NFC Central matchup between the Vikings and the Bears. We're going to head down to Dallas for the second time this season and watch the Chargers play the Cowboys. The Chargers are 1-0 because I believe they had their bye week last week, and I think Arizona had it in the first week, if I remember correctly. And then last but not least, we're going to see those Cardinals play the Denver Broncos. And that'll be our fourth and final game of the day. I think the thing, as we start Ravens-Bengals here, and I don't have to simulate anything. We always have to watch these in order, because it'll be like, would you like to simulate all of these? No, thank you. I would just kind of like to do this in my order, but whatever. I don't love the menu system because I think it's like unnecessarily, like, it's not as responsive as you think it should be. The directions on the D-pad are very weird. But that's beside the point. I do wish that on the menu or on the screen you could see the records, because I think that would that helps, especially in Madden, because I'm like bouncing between like the standings and stuff, trying to figure out like what happened, who is where, and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. I feel like there was something else I was going to say, and I distracted myself, and now it's just kind of gone. Oh, I was going to say, the thing that's been the most surprising in this game so far has been the field goal kicking. The field goal kicking in this game has consistently been an absolute mess. I love it, but it is by far the most surprising aspect of it. What's also been a nice, and this is like a pleasant surprise, has been the pace of the games. Being able to fit 4 of these in under like 3 hours is fantastic. It's just, more football action and stuff like that. And when you can get 4 games in less time than it takes to play 3 games of Madden, that is pretty delightful. And it has better pace than NFL Fever as well. I don't know. I wonder how well paced the other ESPN games are, but we won't know because those don't let you watch games. Second down and 11 to go. I might take another peek at it just to double check if there's like a way to work around like an NFL Fever. Nice little run to the outside here for Cincinnati. Both Cincinnati and Baltimore's first appearance on or for the season. Going to be Cincinnati 3rd and 6. I forgot to fill my water up before this. I actually did not realize I had so little water in my cup. I thought it was full. Oh, a Brian Greasy, perhaps? It's a 4-yard pass, but he needed 6. The Baltimore Ravens will get off the field and force a punt on the Bengals' first drive of the game. Still getting used to the camera angles with how some of these work, because I always for whatever reason, I go, oh, they're going for it, because that's like the maddening aspect of it. From about the 30, he'll get up to past the 40. Punt return camera is a little weird. And this has also been a little inconsistent as well. Taking a look at the... Oh, wow. Emmitt Smith. Keyshawn Johnson.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line. The Bengals line up in an 8-man front.
Going with a handoff. He'll get up to midfield, and he'll get tackled there. I feel like Emmitt Smith's been on the team, on the Baltimore Ravens before.
2nd and 3 at the 50-yard line.
But that would have been episodes and episodes and episodes ago that I have no recollection of.
Play action fake.
We have two quarterbacks numbered 14 in today's game. Smith with his 2nd touch of the day already. Picking up a 1st down. About 14 total yards there. And just like that, the Baltimore Ravens are in Cincinnati territory.
Ravens send a man in motion.
Ravens working with some motion.
Here's the run.
Going with a run to Smith. Thrown down right at the line of scrimmage. Nice job by Cincinnati. 12th year out of Florida. Interesting. Did not know he went to Florida.
Ravens send a man.
Learning stuff every week here in this in this series. I feel like we're learning something. Cincinnati really selling out to stop Emmitt Smith. 1 yard on 2 carries. So he must have handed off to a different back there. I guess I just assumed it was Emmitt Smith. But Cincinnati apparently very caught wide open. There were like 4 Bengals kind of in the general area, but somehow Emmitt Smith again finding you know what, the number was 23. He found a soft spot in that defense and picks up yet another 1st down for this Baltimore Ravens team. Drops and throws. A little bit high, but I believe that's Keyshawn Johnson. Number 19 coming down with the grab. First reception of the day for Keyshawn Johnson.
2nd and 4 at the 17-yard line.
Bengals look like they were going to just sell out to stop Emmitt Smith, but he's finding a way to get the ball, and that first run wasn't even Emmitt Smith. I thought maybe with some of the number changes, I would imagine could happen if a number's retired or whatever. Maybe it doesn't matter in these older games. But I thought, you know, hey, Emmitt Smith, they're going to hand the ball off to him, primary back, whatever. And then it wasn't even him. 1st and goal for Baltimore with an excellent drive to start this game. Good field position and taking advantage of it. Smith right up the middle. Usually running into your own blocker for 45 minutes is a death knell to a team, but he was able to slide just enough to the left to find some room. He'll get a solid gain up to the 1, 2nd down and goal. Pitch to the right side. They're going with the that kind of Detroit.
A 1-yard pass for the touchdown.
Detroit popularized it mainly because they were the first team to play, but this has been a surprisingly consistent play. I did not think that we would see it all this often, and we have seen it quite a bit. Emmitt Smith with a throwing touchdown. Morton Anderson in his 20th year. In 2002 or 2001. So he was playing college football in the 80s or the 70s. Which is kind of a wild thing to think about. Congratulations to him for hanging out, I guess, for 20 years as a kicker.
1st down and 10 to go. 4 down linemen on D.
Pitching to the right side, trying to find some room. Wiggles forward for a couple. 6 carries, or 6 yards, 3 carries.
2nd and 8 at the 21-yard line.
Weird that they list yards before carries. I feel like that's a relic of a bygone era. They're going to go to the right side that time instead of the left side, which is where they went last time, even though I said it was the right side. Mike Alstott sighting and a Ty Law sighting as well, picking up his 2nd tackle of the day. Cincinnati just does not seem to trust their quarterback Greasy to do anything here. They forced him into a pretty obvious passing situation, but we will see that after the change of quarter. Baltimore 7, Cincinnati nothing. Excellent drive for Baltimore. And if I'm Cincinnati, I am terrified to punt the ball back to that offense this quickly. We'll see what they draw up here on 3rd and 12. Offset I formation, couple receivers split top side of your screen. He drops back to pass, throws, and finds a receiver just past the 30-yard line for a first down for Cincinnati. Marvin Harrison, first reception on the day. Needed 12, got 14. See if this Bengals offense can get into a little bit of a rhythm while also kind of cooling off that Ravens offense. I think we're seeing the play that doesn't work in this game. Feels like, especially on the NFL Fever side, there's a couple of styles of plays, typically the run game, that doesn't work very well. And that is this play here. The pitch isn't the worst thing in the world. Shoestring tackle there. It looked like he almost got free there. Almost free down the sideline for a big gain, but a diving stop to stop him. In NFL Fever, you see a lot of the pitches or stretch runs to the outside just not work. It's just it's failed from the start because the game just isn't programmed the best. It's eliminated for the most part in the Madden games, but this game has a weird little kind of quick pitch where the D end seems to always get around and in the lane. We saw it a bunch last week where it's just like, how are these not more disastrous plays? It's fun to watch a bunch of games and kind of figure out where the weirdness lies in these older sports titles. Nice run up the middle there. Russell picking up tackle number 2. And Cincinnati, a team that wasn't trying to write them off by any stretch of the imagination, but it felt like they were in a very dangerous position. Doing a really nice job with this drive here. Nice play action pass up the field for a touchdown. We have a 7-7 game. Into triple coverage, at least double coverage. Poor angles taken on the defensive side, and that'll be a touchdown. Jason Elam out of Hawaii will come on for the extra point.
And it's good. That's his first extra point today.
The kicking game is wild.
Here's the kick.
Kick is away. He'll return it from inside the 5. He'll get up past the 20 to about the 23, so about a 20-yard return on that one. 1st and 10 for the Ravens. Going with a handoff. Tried to cut back to the middle, but number 95 said no thank you. Drove him to the ground for no gain. 2nd down and 10.
Defense set up to stop the run. Play action fake.
A little bit of a play action pass. Kind of one of those weird fake play action passes. The back is already gone by the time the quarterback is turning around to fake the handoff to him. Tried to find a man along the sidelines, but nothing doing there. 3rd down and 10. Bengals tipped the ball, and I thought it was going to be an interception there. Michael Strahan there in the middle.
Here's their first punt.
And that'll be a 4th and 10 here. Terrific job by Cincinnati, offensively and defensively, those last 2 drives. Score the touchdowns, stop the Baltimore Ravens. Now let's see what Cincinnati can do with some pretty solid field position. Frank Waycheck, Marvin Harrison, Mike Allstott.
10 to go. Pull back to the strong side. 2 tight ends for Cincinnati. Gonna run it.
Going with a handoff. Tries to find some room off the left side. Finds a few. He'll find 4. 2nd and 6.
Play action fake.
I almost said Andy Dalton there. But a nice find out of the backfield. Shoestring tackle again. They are doing some damage with these short little passes. A minor play action there. Nice decision there by Greasy in the backfield and a good catch. Able to get around number 40 there. And 57 with the ankle tire upper.
At the 25-yard line.
First and 10 inside Baltimore territory. In fact, that first and 10 will happen after the 2-minute warning. Taking a look at the defensive side of the ball for the Baltimore Ravens. Darren Sharper, Ty Law.
First down and 10 to go. He fakes the handoff.
Nice little float pass and a one-handed grab by Mike Allstott. It's a pretty solid play right there. Thought Greasy maybe overthrew him a little bit. Kind of an odd play action right to him, but just a nice little snag there. First and goal at the 5.
First and goal at the 5-yard line. Strong eye for the Bengals. They're going to run it.
Going right up the middle, untouched to the end zone. Cincinnati, a team that I thought might be in some trouble just a few minutes ago, now has a 7-point lead. Well, 6-point lead. Extra point pending. Kick is up and the kick is good. Cincinnati now ahead. The kick is away. And from the 5-yard line, the Ravens will return it. Clobbered after he passes the 20 and right around the 23 or so.
First and 10. Nickel package with just 3 rushers.
First and 10, pitch right side. Cincinnati doing a great job. They sent some extra. It was either that Cincinnati sent those extra defenders or the defenders did a great job reading that play. It's a good stop on first down. They're going to quickly take a timeout here after that second down play. Baltimore may be going a little bit quick, saving Cincinnati some time and a timeout after the first down play, unless they took it and I just did not see it. Down the field, deflected.
That's his first pass defended today.
Oh, he's lucky the DB didn't.
And it's 4th and 7. So an incomplete pass and a quick snap means that Cincinnati uses just 1 timeout with an asterisk, could be 2. And they will get the ball back with plenty of time to work with. And even just with the 1 timeout, if it were something like that, that would be work withable. So 1:09 to go.
First and 10.
Greasy with a screen play out to the left side. They're going to take a timeout very quickly on that. Don't love that play. I mean, I'm okay with the play call. I don't love the timeout call for sure. I think with that play call, I think you just kind of go, oh, it's intercepted. Intercepted. He runs out of bounds. I don't know why that would matter because the clock's going to stop on the change of possession anyway. I guess in my head, if you know you're going to run a screen play, you're probably not going to get super far down the field. You want to catch the defense off guard, get a pretty good gain. Obviously, you want to coach them to go out of bounds or whatever, but just like get it in people's heads like, hey, we're going to move. We're going down the field and we want to try and snap it as quickly as possible. Especially if it's something like short like that. Intercepted right back the other way. It wasn't that far down the field. You're only going to burn a few seconds here. That shot's funny every time. Yeah, especially if it's something that short. It was only about a 9-yard gain. So back-to-back picks, and it almost went right back to Baltimore. Terrific read and jump on the ball, but just could not come up with the pass.
Interesting stats so far, Tom.
The offense must like the matchups they find on the right side.
Throws left side into quadruple coverage. Oh, that was a referee. I apologize. At least triple coverage. Oh, they're going to call pass interference. On number 59. Or maybe on this way. I'm not sure.
Penalty accepted.
Wow. Pass interference. The ref got in the way. The official.
A little too early.
First and 10.
So it'll be first down and 10.
Wide for the offense.
I think the dialogue there was wrong from Tom Jackson. Said something about a little too early. Could be that the defender got there a little too early.
He corrals him at the 41-yard line. A 17-yard reception by Jackson.
Sometimes you
got to stop the celebrations here, Cincinnati.
Opportunity to make the
First down and 10. You're going to need, you know, I don't really know exactly what that's timeout number 3 for sure. So 24 seconds, we're going to start getting dicey here. I'm not exactly sure where the best spot on the field is. In Madden, it would be right about this. Why on earth would you run the ball like that?
At the 43-yard line.
In Madden, it was right about the 35-yard line. Seemed to be kind of the limits where it got a little bit dicey. But with this game and the way it operates, I have no idea. They're going to go with a false start penalty? What is happening?
Flag down on the play.
Cincinnati got a turnover and then just terrible play calls down here on the other side of the field, or on the Baltimore side of the field. It's going to set up with a 3rd and 17. The clock does stop, weirdly enough, after the penalty. Looks like they're probably going to try and run it. Yep, that's exactly what I thought they would do. They're going to run it for that Hail Mary. Deep down the field. It's going to be a touchdown or nothing. It's a touchdown! Cincinnati at the buzzer. I think that's one of the few times we've seen this play actually be successful, and obviously the most successful, a 62-yard heave. We'll probably put that closer to 70. Both times I've started to really doubt Cincinnati, they have proven me wrong. On the first touchdown drive, I thought they were going to give the ball back to Baltimore a little too quickly. 220 yards of total offense for Cincinnati to 59. And then, you know, you see them piling up problems for themselves. Bad play calling, clocks running, no timeouts, a weird penalty that actually gave them a benefit because it stopped the clock. They're able to score a touchdown. So when you start to doubt Cincinnati, that is when they come alive. All right, Baltimore coming back out on the field. Been a little bit since we've seen them. After the exchange of turnovers. Into double coverage, finds a receiver past the 30, and that'll be a 1st and 10. Keyshawn Johnson with the second catch of the day. Thought we'd see him a little more involved. Now it's extra weird that they put the yards for the running back first because they put catches first for the receivers. Doesn't make any sense.
Down at the 35-yard line. 2nd and 6 at the 35-yard line.
Johnson throws and finds a receiver right near the line to gain.
To the pass target.
3rd and inches.
They're going to give him 3rd and inches on this one. A little surprising. Looks like it's first down, but hey, that's a pretty easy conversion right there. William Floyd, 15 yards, 3 carries. See, that's odd. That's very, very weird. Oh, going with a little bit like kind of like an end around situation there, but just did not get blocked well enough right at the start there.
Probably wasn't how they drew it up in the locker room.
2nd down and 15. So it's Brad Johnson to Keyshawn Johnson, and that other guy's name looked like it was Johnson as well. Obviously not William Floyd, but the end around play looked like his name might have been Johnson. But number 81, Johnson, throwing, batted away. And the Cincinnati defense is coming alive. Majority of Baltimore's yards coming on that first drive. Since then, they've not done a whole lot. Obviously, the turnover was big. The kick is away. It'll be returned from just inside the 15-yard line. He'll pick up about the average, which seems to be 12 to 14 yards, which I guess the average of those two numbers would be 13.
At the 27-yard line.
That feels like right about where it is, right at the 14, 15-yard line, 13 yards to the 27.
He fakes the handoff.
I do like that we see a lot of coffin corners attempted in this game. They are pretty effective with it. One of the things that is frustrating with the punt returns is the fact that the linemen get so many tackles on them. There's just no coverage for the returner. Going with a run, left side, spin move, and then just thrown down about a yard short of the line to gain. So 3.2 yards per carry. Third down and 1 coming up. This is a big deal for Baltimore. Baltimore needs to get this Bengals offense off the field. And they aren't gonna do it. He had him. He had him right where he wanted him. And then instead of being able to throw him back, you can see the running back fall forward, picks up the first down. That's a big conversion for Cincinnati and a huge loss for Baltimore. That's the play you need one play ago to force the punt. Even though it's only about halfway through the third quarter, it's a much different like halfway through the third quarter than previous games we've had on the channel. So it does feel like the crunch time is a little bit sooner this time around. Whereas like Madden, 2.5 minutes in the third quarter, you could have another half an hour. It felt like sometimes, especially with a bunch of incomplete passes in a row, really drew those games out. This one doesn't feel like it has quite that problem. Passing game's not the most accurate in the world, but it also doesn't seem like the incompletions really slow him down a lot. Pat Tillman. They're going to burn some clock here on a 4th and 5. Good opportunity for me to hop up and fill up my water.
Here comes their second punt of the game. Tackled at the 25-yard line. Smith with the ball. He corrals him at the 36-yard line. Smith gets the first down.
Emmitt Smith is a TD-making machine.
I got up and was very worried that I was going to miss like a really cool return or something, but then had my headphones on and didn't miss anything, so we're all good. Water has been acquired. We're looking at a 2nd down and 6 for the Baltimore Ravens. Under a minute to go here in quarter number 1. Smith thrown down back in the backfield.
He lost a few yards on that play.
I'm impressed with his ability.
3rd down and 10, so a 4-yard loss on that sets up a 3rd down. Johnson throws left side, finds a receiver. Looked like he was pretty well covered, but found him anyway. John Jones, 2nd catch of the day, and that'll pick up a 1st down for the Baltimore Ravens at midfield.
Johnson, quick drop. Barely brought down.
Keyshawn Johnson, 4th catch of the day, 33 yards. Johnson drops back deep, bomb right side, finds the wrong receiver, intercepted by Cincinnati. Just getting screamed at by the coach. Oh, it is so funny to me. 5 seconds to go. They are like on the goal line. Safety! A safety! They did not give Cincinnati the benefit of... Oh my goodness, they didn't give Cincinnati a touchback on that one. And that was a very weird play there. I don't know that we've ever seen a safety before. So our first safety comes in NFL primetime 2002, week 3, game 1. And we are through 3. It is a weird score at 21-9. What if that safety is the reason that the Bengals lose? We'll find out. 5 minutes. 5 minutes left to decide a winner in this one. Good game so far. Baltimore's offense has left a lot to be desired. Oh, nope, just kidding. They picked the ball off. All right.
The guy who made the interception was one of a couple of defenders who could have picked that ball off.
They had What a big advantage that was. You get the safety, you get the ball back. And not only do you get the ball back, but you get the ball back with terrific field position. And immediately just throw an interception. Immediately. Baltimore's not out of it yet. If they can hold to a punt or a field goal, they'll still need a 2-point conversion, but I was wondering as we were shifting to quarter number 4, what if that's the difference, you know, and not necessarily like a 2-point difference, but Baltimore gets 2 touchdowns, kicks 2 extra points. That's 23-21.
You know, Chris, I think it might be
that means that you're relying on the kicker to come through, which has not been consistent by any stretch of the imagination in this game. We'll let some clock wind down to 4 minutes here. 3rd down and 13 coming up.
3rd and 13 at the 43-yard line. Bengals send a man in motion. Greasy looks downfield.
Greasy finds a nice completion there. And with the celebration, okay, yeah, I was going to say, with the celebration, they must not have given the Bengals the line to gain. It is 4th down and inches, and they will burn more time here. They don't burn as much as you might think. And we should see an attempt at a coffin corner kick. There's no way they're taking a field goal from here. Brad Maynard.
Punted out of bounds.
Someone just ran over an official just for fun.
Johnson.
So 1st and 10, nearly intercepted. Nearly intercepted. Set up way too soon for that pass. Didn't even like make an effort or make it try to look like he was going upfield. Just stood there and waited. Good break on the ball, but didn't come away with the pick. We saw that the other side of things. So Tim with 22, tackles number 22. 3rd catch of the day for Emmitt Smith. 3rd and 5, quickly a 3rd and 5. Under 3 to go. Going right side, not quite there. If I'm Baltimore, I go for it. Charles Johnson does appear to be injured. So that means that there are 3 Johnsons on the offense for the Baltimore Ravens. Quarterback Johnson, receiver Johnson, and 2nd receiver, or maybe tight end Johnson. They'll punt the ball away, and one of the rare times... Oh, nope, that looked like it was an offensive lineman.
Nice boot. That ball could have drawn rain.
Pitch to the right side. Tries to find some room. A little indecisive there. Baltimore able to close in and limit them to a 3-yard gain. Should take it down to the 2-minute warning here. That is what they will do. I love the clock management here. Maybe a bit of a weird thing to note or be this excited about.
As we go inside the numbers. Interesting stats so far, Tom.
The offense has shown they can attack the entire field.
The pitch to Batuka, running left.
Not a lot of room there for the running back of Cincinnati. No timeouts used here by Baltimore. Charles Johnson broke his ankle.
Johnson out 4 to 7 weeks with a broken ankle.
4 to 7 weeks with that broken ankle.
Third and 6 at the 43-yard line. Dime with only 3 pass rushers for Baltimore. The pitch to the back.
Going with the pitch to the left side. Nothing doing there. Baltimore still, I guess, hold on to those timeouts.
By the rest of his team maintaining their lanes and allowing him
4th down and 6. That's where you'd like to see Baltimore take one. Give yourself a chance, you know. Talk about it a lot during the MLB season of like, stop hitting a double plays. Got to give yourself an opportunity here.
Here's their 4th punt of the game.
Brad Maynard back out on the field to punt this one away. He'll return this one inside the 10, and he'll get tackled. That was not much of a return right there. Wow, Tywon Russell, huh? Or Twan Russell. 5 tackles, 1 safety. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Give him the game MVP for the safety, I guess. I didn't realize that was a stat. Also, we see it consistently. Losing teams getting player or game MVP. Timeout quickly by Baltimore. 26 seconds to go here. Baltimore looked really good on that first drive, and I thought Cincinnati was in a lot of trouble when they faced another 3rd down on their 2nd drive to give that ball back to a hot Baltimore offense. Went down, scored a touchdown, and Baltimore has just never been able to regain that rhythm offensively. They've had a couple of turnovers that they have not been able to take advantage of because they keep giving the ball back to the Bengals. They even got a safety, which is one of the rarest things that we've ever seen in this series, and got the terrific field position after it. Still nothing. Just threw another pick, and that was Baltimore's doom. Far too many turnovers today, even with the safety. Batted away.
That's his first pass defended today.
And it'll be 4th and 10. Too little, too late here for Baltimore. They needed to score way quicker, use their timeouts better. The clock management is simultaneously better and worse at times. That is maybe the most awful play call I've ever seen on a 4th down.
Try to run out the clock.
Take a knee, and they're going to call a timeout now. All right, what is happening? Baltimore and Cincinnati were in one of the longer games last year, in the last season as well, because one of the teams, I think it was kind of similar to this, where the game was like well in hand, and they just kept taking timeouts. Like, you are down 21 points or whatever it was. Like, it's just, it doesn't work like that. All right, we are crowning a victor here, and it is the Cincinnati Bengals at home. Technically a come-from-behind victory. They were down 7-0 and then outscored their opponents 21-2 over, what, the final 3 quarters or so? And that is how we will start today's action. We are going to Chicago to check on the Lions, or the Bears playing the Vikings. I don't know how I confused that. The Detroit Bears playing the Green Bay Vikings. I'm getting a message that I have been banned from ever going to Green Bay for calling them the Green Bay Vikings. What about the Minnesota Packers? I have also been banned from the entire state of Minnesota. All right, welcome to Soldier Field. We are actually in the Bears Stadium,
Tommy, what
which I
kinds of things are you
think is accurate.
The Chicago Bears find themselves in 3rd place in the NFC Central.
I mean, if they had done Husky Stadium for the Seahawks, they theoretically would have done a Lionized Stadium for the Bears, but who knows?
Find themselves in 3rd place in the NFC Central. Defensively, they're currently ranked 16th in the NFL at stopping the run.
So we have a couple of 1-1 teams here matching up against each other.
The teams take the rain-soaked field.
Most of the players have switched to using longer cleats for today's game.
These are not my favorite Vikings jerseys, though they do have a fair bit of nostalgia behind them. Second-year pro kicker. And we are underway in game number 2 of 4 today, live from Chicago. He'll get it up to the 20-yard line, and that is where they will start this drive. 1st and 10. Throw over to the right side. Nothing doing there, and a nice tackle. In a one-on-one scenario. Situation is what I was looking for. And it'll be 2nd down and 12. Throws to the right side and just over the head of the intended receiver. Taking a look at this offensive line. Isaac Bruce on the outside for Chicago.
At the 18-yard line. He sets up against
Historically, Chicago's offense has typically been like a really good running back and solid defense. And then that's about it. They haven't always had like that one big threat receiver. I think they'll kind of have that this year. It'll be interesting to see how the NFC North shakes out here in 2023. Tom Tupa from Ohio State gets that kick away. And we will see a return up to the 45-yard line. And it looks like we might have Kurt Warner as the quarterback for the Chicago Bears. Taking a look at the offensive line here for the Vikings. Tim Brown.
1st and 10.
A couple of good receivers in this one on each side of the ball. Gus Frerotte. Ooh. Oh, Joey Porter on the part of the defense. Joey Porter a second time. Joey Porter a third time. Nope, nothing to do with Brian Dawkins.
2nd and 10 at the 45-yard
Some good pieces on defense. A little confused as to why they showed Joey Porter's face twice.
Draw play.
Joey Porter got a hold of cloning technology and was like, I'd like to play for the Bears twice. The Bears? Yeah, the Bears. Why not?
3rd and 3 at the 47-yard line.
Because they're the Bears. 3rd down and 3 on the Chicago side of the field.
Looks downfield. It's caught.
Throwing down right side towards the 30-yard line.
That was a fabulous pass. He looks
That's
like
a nice pass there by Gus Frerotte.
He is putting the ball
I don't know that we've seen him before. If we have, it was definitely in NFL Fever 2002. That's going to be a throw over to the left side. You can see the very angular running that they work with here in this game. It's you're going forward, you're going north, northeast, east. Like that is the same way all the way around. And it seems to move in 45-degree angles. That play was nice, and Frerotte will find a deflected pass in the end zone. Poole on... Why are we getting this camera angle? What is this camera angle? This is not helpful. 2nd down and 10. You're going to go with a run play. Finds a bunch of room right up the middle, and he'll be met inside the 5 and take it down before he can get to the goal line, but still a terrific run. See, they have a normal camera angle here, and they just chose to go with the other one. Like, there's a reason that these camera angles work. Slam down back at the 5.
Second and goal at the 3-yard line.
Goal 81. Goal 81.
Gonna run it.
Going with a run, right side, nothing doing. It'll be 3rd down and goal.
3rd and goal at the 3-yard line. Draw play.
Wow, that was untouched. Untouched into the end zone. Very surprising that that worked that way. They had done such a good job, the Bears had, on the previous 2 defensive plays. There was just two men on the ground there.
The extra point attempt.
Couldn't get it.
And it's good. That's his first extra point today.
Kick is up, kick is good, and the touchdown puts Minnesota ahead 7-0 here. Return from inside the 5 and thrown down. Absolutely just lifted and flung an extra 3 or 4 yards up to the 24. So, Chicago back out on the field for their second possession, finding themselves down 7-0 with 2:06 remaining in the first quarter.
Warner Looking to throw.
Warner throws deep left side, finds a receiver in all kinds of traffic. A lot of purple helmets, but one navy blue helmet comes down with the catch. That's a big gain and a nice throw. Terrifically timed jump. Though it looked like there was a lot happening there, there was really only one defender that was going to have a reasonable shot at it. Though it is a video game, and sometimes it you just see the hands go up and swat it down in a way that doesn't always make sense. Throw from I don't know, he threw that like 5 yards behind the line, and he actually might have thrown that like 6 or 7 yards behind the line, and then they gained 2, but because it was still -7 plus 2 is -5. And it's second down and 15. Great pass play to terrible pass play. Great defense right there by Rainier. Excellent deflection there, and it'll be third down and 15. An excellent opportunity for this Vikings team to get off the field. Warner throws left side, intercepted by the Vikings, and he is off to the races. He'll get tackled by a Bears offensive lineman. And they will start on the Bears side of the field, the 49-yard line, with 1:17 to go here in the first quarter. Pitch, left side. I have to rotate my head there. 5 carries, 18 yards for him. 1 yard gain on the play. Farrat throws right side, finds nothing. That's got to be pass interference. I don't know that ball was that overthrown. It was poorly timed, a terribly timed jump by the receiver, but there's no call there. Farrat goes right back to that same side of the field. That time finds a receiver. And it will be a 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Missed the throw the first time, went back a second time, and found a nice little spot there to throw an accurate ball. It maybe a little bit high, but his receiver was probably the only guy that was going to get it. 1st and 10 inside the 30. The rain continues to fall here in Chicago. He's going left side with that throw. That'll be a nice completion to Bobby Collins. First reception goes for 12 first reception of the day goes for 12. Sets him up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Drops and throws right side, one-handed grab by Charlie Garner. 2 catches, 16 yards, and a second down and 6. Coming up as we wind down quarter number 1. Minnesota looking good so far. And we'll see if they can continue that here in quarter number 2. 7-0 through 1.
The Vikings 7, Bears nothing. Second and 6.
Coverage continuing here on ESPN. Second down and 6. Farrat drops back, throws left side, finds a receiver. He spins into the end zone. Beautiful reception there. Thought he was just going to set him up with a nice 1st and goal situation, but an excellent circle button press there. And a terrible angle by the backup defender. It's simultaneously, I feel like it's a terrible angle, but a solid piece of aggression. You're anticipating, okay, he'll slow him down, and if I get to him as quickly as possible, even if the first guy isn't able to take him down, I can knock him out. Not literally, but like I can get him over. That spin move just changed the game. 14-0 Minnesota looking good with Gus Farrat at quarterback. No disrespect to Gus Farrat, but I feel like if people think of quarterbacks, he wouldn't be in the top 500. He would be for me, though. He'd be, because we're seeing a lot of them. I'd probably think of him at number, like, 96.
At the 33-yard line, the Bears put a man in the slot.
I wonder if I don't think I could name 100 quarterbacks. Throwing left side, finds a reception there.
He's 3 for 5 passing on this drive.
Isaac Bruce is one of the best receivers in the league.
I wonder if I could even name 100 like NFL players.
And make cuts at top speed.
Dropping back, fires right side. I wonder what percentage of those players would be Packers or Seahawks. Packers because they're my favorite team. Seahawks because they are the local team, so I feel like I have a better feel for them. Or I guess regionally local. It's weird to be like, yeah, we live. They're the local team that they play 204 hours, 200 miles away or whatever.
That's his second catch of the game.
Yesterday, the defensive coordinator and
nice job by Chicago to pick up that conversion, give themselves a first down, and kind of do what Cincinnati did, right? You don't want to see them give the ball back to an offense that feels like it is in rhythm. It is unstoppable is not the right word for it. It's a little dramatic, but an offense that you have not been able to stop in a consistent manner, they might actually be a very loose definition of the word unstoppable. I don't think that Minnesota's punted the ball yet. Take a look at the defense here. Leroy Butler on the defensive side for Minnesota, which we knew because we do see the primetime players. It gives us a little bit of a peek at some of the other players around the league. 3rd down and 9. Throws and finds a receiver, but well short of the line to gain. Terrific tackling again by this Minnesota Vikings defense. And it'll set up a 4th down and 4. Remember, this is the 2001 NFL season. So we're going to see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in this NFC Central. And kind of a weird AFC East matchup between the Colts and the Bills. That kick was bad from the start, and it just drifted. That kick is exactly why I thought that safety might come back to bite Cincinnati. Run play, right side. Picks up a few. Puts up a 2nd down. Inside 3 minutes to go here in the half. All Minnesota, 14-0.
2nd and 7.
It's one of the worst kicks that we've seen. That was where I think it was the first game of last week, where it was like, yeah, sometimes you get a feel for what is like happening, and that one just looked bad from the start. That was the same scenario here. And then like kicks that looked good just kept drifting. We almost had a tie in last week's episode, which is wild. All right, 3rd down and 7 here for Minnesota. Not really taking much of an advantage of this missed field goal, and the Chicago Bears are going to come up with a pick. A really bad throw there by Gus Frerotte. Overthrew his receiver into 3 defenders. That is a recipe for disaster. So Chicago, I was about to compliment you. I was going to say they have an excellent opportunity, and then they false started.
First down. That kind of mistake.
Oh my goodness, this Bears team, what are you doing?
1st and 15 at the 26-yard line. The quarterback looks to pass.
220, throwing left side. Finds the receiver up near the 40-yard line. Would have been a 1st down, except for they had 15 to go instead of 10. 2nd down and 3 with the clock moving towards the 2-minute warning. Should get a playoff, and they do. It's a fumble! And it'll be recovered by a Bears offensive lineman. So the Chicago Bears team just cannot figure it out. They just cannot figure out the game of football today. False starts, a fumble, they throw an interception. Oof, it has all been bad. Deep down the left side, tipped and deflected, incomplete.
That's his first pass defended today.
You know, I'd kind of like to see Chicago go for it here. I know there's a minute 55 before the 2nd quarter. You're finally able to stop Minnesota, maybe pin them deep, try to play a little bit of the field position game. Returned and tackled after not much of a gain. And that'll be the 1st and 10 here for the Minnesota Vikings at the 23-yard line. Going to go with a handoff right side. Met after a short gain. 2nd and 8.
2nd and 10. The D shows a 4-3.
It's like an I formation here. Farrat, deep right side, almost intercepted again. Read that play weirdly well. And a deflected pass sets up a 3rd down and 10. Perhaps the quarterback just didn't see where that defender was. Going left side, somehow finds the completion in triple coverage. And that will be a 1st and 10 out past the 40 at the 43. And maybe closer to the 44. Farrat throws right side, finds a receiver who won't be able to get out of bounds. They're going to burn a timeout. Oh, that's right. Okay, so I remember now. I remember loving that. It was when they showed that last shot of the timeout. You could see the interesting architecture in the background that I really loved in NFL Fever 2002. And I had forgot that they had played in that stadium, and then they went to the Illini Stadium. And then they'll be back in Chicago at some point. Their Soldier Field, I should say. And then I guess they're moving to a new area at some point. I don't know. Tipped and incomplete. Probably should have been picked. The Minnesota offense is doing a good job coming up with passes in big moments or important moments, but it does feel like they're a little out of rhythm and they just aren't quite. They aren't doing what they need to do to get this offense back into rhythm. There's a nice catch right there.
Thrown down by Boyd.
Quincy Morgan, 1 catch for 14 yards. Under 35 seconds to go now inside the 30. Farrat left side finds a receiver yet again in some traffic. That'll be a 2nd down and 1. 2nd and short. Interesting. It's more than inches, less than a yard. That feels like a weird determiner of yardage or distance, but going for the end zone there.
At the 18-yard line.
So hopefully they have enough time here. I don't know if they have one more timeout. It throws over the middle. They do. They're going to call it really, really quickly. Oh, and they're going for it. 1st and goal inside the 10. For as improved as this clock management is over something like NFL Fever 2002 or 2003, finds a touchdown. Minnesota doing a little bit of what Cincinnati did in the last game, scoring right before the half. While this game does have clock management improvement over NFL Fever with the usage of timeouts and stuff like that, it does get weird, especially inside the 2-minute warnings for whatever reason. Offensively, there have been a couple of teams that have burned themselves out of timeouts too early. They have a little bit more of that Madden style of like, okay, 1st down timeout. And then they run one play, they call another timeout. And then they end up shorting themselves when you get into the crunch situation like that, where you're looking at, okay, 24 seconds. Okay, all right, it should be enough time. But this game also has that NFL Fever aspect of like showing the celebrations after every single play. But because the clock runs in the background, it doesn't like have the AI capabilities to run a hurry-up offense. Chicago didn't even try. Didn't even, just took a knee. We're going to half. We're getting our butts handed to us. There's a look at the stats. 0 for 4 on 3rd down conversions. 72 total yards for the Chicago Bears. And they find themselves down 21-0 and kicking the ball back to the Minnesota Vikings in what might be an absolute disaster for them. So it's an interesting thing to watch and see kind of where this game improves and declines from Madden. And granted, we're comparing it to like Madden 2004, but even I think 03 was a step up from some of those, which, you know, granted an extra year of development or whatever, but it's very interesting. Pitch right side, hit at the 20 and dropped, 2nd down. Minnesota in control of this one, and that's not what you want to see. Charlie Garner with an injury.
Even with decent depth, an injury to a key starter can really hurt a ball club.
Farrat throws right side, finds a receiver at the 25-yard line. He'll be taken down, and it will be 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6 at the 25-yard line.
I thought Minnesota was going to run themselves out of time, and thankfully they had enough sense to have one extra timeout to give them an opportunity Wow, that was a catch. Okay. Somehow that was a catch.
By Allen.
They were able to take advantage of that extra timeout usage and score a touchdown. It's a very long-winded way of saying good clock management, Minnesota. Though it does get a little weird. The hitboxes on this are also just brutal in this game. They just seem so wide and tall. Farrat with a completion over to his right side. Sean Alexander. Charlie Gardner has a hip contusion. He'll be out for a couple of weeks, so if we take a look at the Minnesota Vikings again, we would see them perhaps playing with Sean Alexander in the backfield. Would have been his, I don't know if they showed, I think they just showed his stats. For his first or second year in the league, played for Seattle. I only know that it would be his first or second year in the league because I think it would be his second year because he was on the cover of NCAA Football 2001, a game that I played a lot with my brother as a kid. The old Tennessee-Texas rivalry, which is a little weird because we don't live anywhere near those states, but yeah, we played so much of that game when we were kids. I believe I still have my original PS1 copy of that game. I believe. It might be a different one. Because that makes sense. That would make sense that I would be like, okay, I'm going to move on from this video game, and then years down the line go, I should buy NCAA football again. Second year pro out of Alabama. Sean Alexander, one of a few players that have been on the cover of both NCAA football and the Madden NFL franchise. 2001 for NCAA football and 2007 for Madden. Madden 07's big feature, the hit stick. No, it was not. I'm sorry. I apologize. That was Madden 05's. The lead blocker was the main feature in Madden 2007, which I believe like incorporated like the right stick in a way that was like trying to get you to clear lanes or whatever. Remember when Madden like did new things with their games and wasn't just rehashes of old crap that they'd already done? Like, remember when they brought back the momentum meter like it was new, and it was like, no, this was in NCAA Football 2001. I remember that in that game. You're telling me it's back and it's as game-breaking as ever? I don't think it was ever game-breaking in NCAA Football 2001.
2nd and 5 at the 5-yard line.
Second down and 5 for the Vikings, going with a delayed handoff, and he'll get thrown into the end zone for a touchdown. The jerseys actually look really nice with all the dirt and grime and grossness on it. Looks like it's a little bit better in those individual shots, but Minnesota is absolutely running over the Chicago Bears right now. The kick is up, the kick is good, and we haven't even seen the Chicago Bears offense on the field here in the second half, and there's 1:07 in the third quarter. From inside the 5, he'll run it up to the 20 and get drilled. Take a look at Gus Farrat having an absolutely incredible game. This Minnesota Vikings team looks good, or maybe the Chicago Bears team looks very, very bad. Warner throws left side, deflected. Excellent positioning there by Rainier to defend that pass. Yeah, both these teams 1-0. Cincinnati dropped Baltimore to 2-1 and improved to 2-1 with their victory today.
A 1-yard reception by number 84.
We'll check the scores and the standings at the end of the video. We'll see what happens and get you set for next week. A couple of games that I already have picked out with some new teams. And then we'll have to find a couple that'll have some repeat teams. We'll have our first repeat team of the season in the Dallas Cowboys. Isaac Bruce with his third catch, 20 yards for him. 30 seconds to go here, quarter number 3, and a fresh set of downs for the Chicago Bears. Throwing down the right side of the field, overthrows everybody.
As we go inside the number.
Don't know if you want to do that.
These stats, Tom?
The offense must like the matchups they find on the left side.
Second down and 10. Warner throws to the right side, finds a nice reception. Sam Madison, 3 tackles and a pass defense.
That's his 3rd catch this game. Warner dropped back.
I'm very anxious to see if the Lions or Panthers can score any points. I've never really paid much attention to the points, like points for, points against, or whatever. But when you have a couple of goose eggs, you take note.
Kick it away.
4th down and 5. Tom Tupa, how is he that dirty? I think it's kind of just a general, like, at this point in the game, with these weather conditions, jerseys look like this sort of thing. Because it doesn't make any sense that... I don't think Gus Frerott's really gotten hit around a lot. And I certainly don't think a punter would be that dirty.
Stephen Boyd is an intimidating hitter who will have opposing players looking over their shoulders.
Second down and 10 to go.
Minnesota with 4.5 minutes here of clock to burn to get out of Chicago with a victory. Pitch to the left side that time.
Nowhere to run.
Falls forward for a little extra yardage. And by a little extra, I mean less negatives than before. 3rd down and 11.
Third down and 11 for the first.
Frerotte throws to the left, finds a reception, but he's not going to be near the line to gain. Deron Jenkins coming up with a tackle there to set up 4th down and 5. Minnesota will burn a little bit more time here.
Punting unit comes on the field.
Matt Turk with his first punt of the day. Minnesota obviously looked very good on offense all day long. I think the only time they had turned the ball over previously was a literal actual turnover.
What more can you ask for?
3:06 to go here. 1st and 10. Warner drops and throws a bomb deep down the right side, off somebody's hands and incomplete.
10 at the 35-yard line. The quarterback looks to pass.
Quarterback throws right side, finds a reaching receiver there for a nice completion. He'll pick up some yak. Chris Chambers from Wisconsin playing for Chicago.
So wide open.
A first down with under 3 minutes to go. The
pitch right side. They're going with that toss pass. Surprising. I cannot believe how consistent that has been. Baltimore's only touchdown came off of a what's his name?
The quarterback looks to pass.
Emmett Smith. No, that's his name. Emmett Smith.
That's his first.
Emmett Smith threw a touchdown pass.
The quarterback needed to look off his receiver,
which is a wild thing to think about. 3rd down and 10. About 2.5 to go here. Clock stops after the incompletion. Warner throws and finds a nice completion on the right side, just past that line to gain. Corey Schlesinger, he's averaging 10 yards a catch. He's averaging a first down a catch. So good for him.
Warner Looking to throw.
Warner throws that time. It's to the left side,
Let's
incomplete.
go
Though it looked
inside
like he
the
actually
number.
had a pretty
Interesting
good
stat so
opportunity
far,
to
Tom.
pick up a completion. Don't know that he would have gotten far up the field, so maybe one of those like okay incompletions, but a bad completion because this team is out of it. So please just catch the ball and run the clock. I would appreciate it.
The quarterback looks to pass.
Going right side
Good.
into a heavily contested area.
Third down and 10 for the first. D sitting in the dime defense.
Warner dropping, throws left side, finds a reaching fullback there. Stephen Davis, I believe, with the reception. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning.
Vikings lead by 28.
There isn't, I think it's interesting, there's no, they're going for a field goal here. All right, good for you. Kick is up, and that one's gonna be no good. No good. So he is 0 for 2 on field goals today. There is no special presentation for the 2-minute warning. They just blow the whistle and then put them back in the huddle, which is kind of helpful.
Draw play. He gets the first down.
Draws have been especially effective against this Chicago defense. They just keep giving up monster yards. And they're not even getting contact. I mean, it's one thing to give up, some yards after contact or whatever if you're getting hit by a linebacker or sliding through a defensive lineman's tackles. But they're not even seeming to touch some of these draw plays until the secondary, the third level, it feels.
Here's the run.
Try to go right side, but nothing doing there. Joey Porter, 6 tackles on the day.
Step it up, Chris. That was really what they needed.
One minute to go here in the fourth quarter. They'll break the huddle for a 2nd down and 11.
Running play.
Going with a run play up the middle.
Brought down.
Found some nice yardage through the offensive line, and 3rd down and 3. This is it. All they have to do is run a play, and they'll be able to. You have to break the huddle a second time. This would be like one of those annoying times where the team would call a timeout, and it's like, why? You went for a field goal? Please stop. Farrat throws and finds a reception from John Ritchie. 3rd catch of the day. And that will that'll seal it up. Kind of thankful. A little surprised, but also very thankful that Chicago did not take a timeout after that completed pass. But also thankful to the Minnesota Vikings for completing that pass and ending this game. It was all Vikings all day. The Chicago Bears team looked bad. Bad is a nice way of putting it. The
ESPN.
Minnesota Vikings came out. They fired on all cylinders all game long. They only had 1 punt. They had a turnover, but they were able to recover from that, and it was never really in doubt, which is not great. We are going to go to Dallas to watch the Chargers for their first game of the season, take on the Cowboys. We saw the Cowboys back in week number 1 take on the Buccaneers. And I will tell you right now, don't remember who won that game.
Welcome to today's game between the Dallas Cowboys and
Dallas is not undefeated or winless, so I still don't know. Still don't know the answer.
Prime time. I'm Chris Berman. He's Tom Jackson. From all of us at Prime Time and all of us at ESPN, welcome. How do these two teams match up, Tom?
The Dallas Cowboys come into this game leading the NFC East. Offensively, they're currently ranked 25th in the NFL passing the football, while their running game ranks 22nd overall. Meanwhile, the San Diego Chargers enter the game in 2nd place of their division. Offensively, they're currently ranked 12th in the NFL passing the football, while their running game ranks 15th overall.
Thanks, Tom.
You won't hear any complaints from the players about the field conditions today.
Oh.
Cool. Back to receive the
You
kick.
might. Who knows? Mike Vanderjagt kicking this one away.
The kickoff by Vanderjagt.
When players are fired up like this to start a ball game, you know you're in for a good.
Dallas wearing some home color, which is always nice to see. San Diego will get the ball first, 1-0 on the season.
Down lineman on D. The pitch out.
Pitches, and then they are going to go right with that that
Complete pass.
toss to pass. And we're going to take an immediate look at the offensive line here. Ricky Waters.
2nd and 10.
Munson Muhammad. He's been a factor in some games in the past.
Here's the run.
Running right up the middle. They're going to hand it to Ricky Waters, who will
28-yard line.
find his way up to about the 30-yard line. Rob Morris picking up his first tackle of the day. 3rd down and 5 as we are underway here in Dallas for our 3rd game of the day. We got one more coming up for you. We're going to watch Denver take on the Arizona Cardinals. As there's a throw to the right side. Stopped well short of the line to gain, and that will be a punting situation for the San Diego Chargers. Needed 5, gained 2.
Here's the punt.
Fourth and 3. It's away to the 25-yard line. He'll get up to the 30, miss a tackle, but kind of get tripped up. And he'll fall forward around the 35-yard line. Immediate look at the backs and receivers here. Michael Pittman, a name that I kind of recognize. Number 11, Bledsoe.
Ball to Pittman. They tackle nothing but air.
Was a really nice spin move there by Pittman. Bobby Taylor on the tackle, and he'll pick up 8.
2nd down and 2 to go. Weak eye, 3 wide for the offense.
2 receivers split top side of your screen with an offset eye. They're going to go with kind of a weird play action pass, and it ends up working. It was a very weird play, and kind of
A nice play for the first
it's a very good example of why these hitboxes are so weird. I mean, he ran into him more on that first initial hit, but it looked like the computer tried to adjust to pull him around, but the hitbox just feels so wide on him, wide and straight. So like the almost like the base of the feet is just a cube to the top of the head, rather than trying to form as best you can around the player model individually. That was a very weird looking play. Luckily for Dallas, it ended up working in their favor. They can't get that one on their to work for them. Bobby Taylor getting a lot of screen time here early. A pass defense and a tackle already on this first drive. 2nd and 10 following the incompletion.
Quarterback drops back. Incomplete.
Not exactly sure what name they're saying. We could actually, can you look at a replay here? I don't think you can. There might not be a replay function. Bobby Taylor made his name known early. Okay. There is no instant replay. All right. I was like, we could take a look at the back or the quarterback because he's the one guy they don't show. Johnson. It's Johnson.
Incomplete.
Brad Johnson. I thought Brad Johnson was playing. Is there a different Johnson? How many Johnsons are we going to have here in this this week? The kick is up and the kick is good. A deep field goal for the Dallas Cowboys will put them on top of San Diego 3-0.
has incredible range.
Well, I knew he had enough leg to get it there, but the accuracy, that's really impressive.
From the 5, it'll be returned up to the 20, and he'll be met immediately at the 23 and taken down after a pretty nice return. I'll give him the 22.5-yard line. My apologies. 1st and 10. Snaps the ball, going with a run off the left side, and that is a really nice run right there.
A 12-yard run for the first down.
That's a name I'm not even going to try.
This is going to be a long day for the defense.
Much better start here for San Diego, picking up a first down immediately.
quarterback
Drop back and
looks
throw
to
over the
pass.
middle. Find another first
Brought
down.
by Morris.
You know,
Morris
Chris,
with a
I was
catch,
talking
number
to the offensive
13.
coordinator, and he kinda hinted
Wait,
that
Keith
they
Poole.
had a trick or two planned
Morris?
for this
Who's
game.
Morris? What is happening?
The Chargers send a man in motion. Gannon looking to throw.
Oh, Rich Gannon in the backfield, deflected. Trying to go down that right side. So Rich Gannon staying in the Bay Area.
The fastest guy on the field,
Typically
but he
played
is
for
solid
the-
nonetheless.
Typically played for the Raiders around this time. Played for Detroit in one of the most... it's the most absurd quarterback room I think we will ever see.
9-yard pass by Gannon.
One
Ricky
catch
Waters is a tough
for
matchup
Ricky
for most
Waters there.
linebackers.
Played for Seattle. Most of his highlights, unfortunately, on that Washington Huskies field. He's going to be stopped short of the line to gain. I like the quarterback sneak idea, except for I just don't think it works well in this game with given the hitbox weirdness. They will punt the ball away on 4th and inches. Back out for his second punt of the day. I don't like the call. I don't think you would see it in today's game, but this is 2001. It was a different time. They said, you know what? 4th and inches on the opponent's side of the field. We're going to punt the ball.
Quarterback drops back.
Throws left side into double coverage, but finds a receiver.
An 18-yard
Leaping
pass
for
by
a
Johnson.
nice 18-yard gain. That'll stick him out at the 35-yard line.
He bailed the
And it'll be
quarterback out
first
of
down
what
and
wasn't
10.
the most wise throw.
Ring 33. Ring 33. Set.
Johnson. looking to
Johnson
throw.
throws right side, finds another nice completion down the right
44-yard
side.
line.
Johnson
21-yard
is
reception
throwing the
by
ball
Morris.
well here in
That's
this
his
one.
first pass reception today.
Sammy Morris is a threat to opposing linebackers with or without the ball.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. The Cowboys send a
40
man
seconds to
in
go here in quarter number 1 with a 3-0 lead right back in San Diego territory. Throwing down the right side, and that's a key deflection, a very nice deflection from Julian
That's his
Peterson.
first pass defended today. Not only was the read
We'll just
bad,
give it, I guess,
was
give it
even
credit that
worse
maybe
throw.
some of the numbers are weird,
He needs to try and get
but
on
that would
track here in the
imply
first
that a
half.
Here's
defensive
the handoff.
lineman was that far back in coverage.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. 3rd down and 2 for the first. They're gonna run it.
3rd and 2, looking for some room off the right, and they do find a nice gap there.
Gets the
Anderson
first
picks
down.
up about 7 on that one, 9th-year pro out of Penn State. And that'll set him up with a fresh set of
First
downs
down and
inside
10
the
to go.
30. And we will see what they can do with that after this quarter change. 3-0 Cowboys leading the
Score at end
Chargers,
of the
but
first quarter,
on
Cowboys
on a
Chargers
driving for
nothing.
more points to extend this
First
lead.
down,
1st
10 to
down
go.
and 10. Like I said, before the quarter changeover happened.
Pittman with the
Going with
ball.
a run, trying to find
Nowhere
some
to
room,
run.
but can't wiggle free, and he'll be
1-yard run
taken
by
down
Pittman.
for...
Boom, the defender was
I'll give him a
unblocked
1-yard
on his
loss
way
on the
to
play, though.
introducing himself
That
to
seems
the
a
ball
bit
field.
extreme. Didn't seem like he lost a whole lot of yardage. 2nd and 11 either way.
Quarterback drops back.
Throws left side into a bit of traffic there, and
That's
it's
his first
deflected
pass
nicely by
defended
Patton.
Marcus Patton
Setting up a
continues
3rd down and
to be
11.
a
See if
very
this
productive
Chargers team
NFL
wants to
lineman.
build themselves as the bend but don't break kind of defense. They've given up some yards between the 30s, but they shut it down now and maybe force another field goal attempt. Just kidding. They don't need another field goal attempt when you pick the ball off. 3 points, how about no points? Terrific reception. They will get the benefit of the touchback on the pick right at the goal line. I'm sure it's because the Bengals defender received it outside of the end zone and then went back in. They assumed that he established possession of the ball, and momentum carried him back. He didn't go back on his own. It's just so weird to see someone get pinned that deep. Nice completion there by San Diego to get off to a good start on this drive, especially after the turnover. That's a big 23-yard gain out to the 43-yard line.
Double tight end, far formation set for the O.
So 1st and 10. Gannon throws a little screenplay left side, but just nowhere to go with it. Dallas read it beautifully, forced a 3-yard loss, and it's 2nd and 13.
Pass play.
Davis with a really nice catch there, and a great job to fall forward past the first down marker and set them up with a fresh set of downs to the 45 of the Dallas Cowboys. Gannon throws left side, but nothing, or maybe more over the middle. Haven't looked at the defense of the Dallas Cowboys yet, so let's do that now. Green Bay Packer Nate Wayne back there. Another Green Bay Packer. John Lynch on the back end of this defense.
It's a run.
Going with a run off the left side. Finds 11. It's a really nice run. 2 carries, 22 yards. Keep handing the ball off to him. He's averaging a first down a touch. Pitch right side. Oh my goodness, what happened to that Dallas Cowboy? Ricky Watters just broke a couple of ankles. That man slipped. He broke his ankle on one ankle and then slipped on a banana peel, and just his keister met the turf. That was a very weird animation to see.
The pitch out by Gannon.
They're going to try the run on the right side again. A little bit better defense that time around by Dallas. 2nd down and 8. Gannon throws left side, finds nothing. Looked like it was maybe going to be a completion, but the area might have just been a little too congested, even with 2 white jerseys in the area. 3rd down and 8, and they're giving us this weird camera angle. Gannon drops back, fires, finds a receiver at the 5, and I believe that is Amadeo. Ian Badeo? Oh, okay. Nice grab. Clutch grab, and that'll set up a first down and goal at the 5-yard line. Play before the 2-minute warning. Yes, indeed. Gannon throws a float pass over the middle. Finds an offensive lineman who does a backflip.
What a play. That's a touchdown right in the defense's face.
Is that not illegal? What? Okay, this is where an instant replay would be absolutely fantastic. Chris Brown, 3rd-year pro out of Nebraska, coming on for the extra point. Kick is up, kick is good.
That's his first extra point today. Here's the kick.
Puts a leg into that one at the 2-minute warning. We have a 7-3 San Diego lead. And Dallas will take over at the 22-yard line, using some motion from left to right. Throws to his left. He's hit, and it's tossed up in the air. Nice job by Hitchcock to time that hit up well. Force the incompletion and a 2nd down and 10. Johnson throws left side that time. And he'll be just short of the line to gain. Taylor? Taylor is just... Taylor's putting on a show. An absolute show. Pittman finds a bit of room up the middle and wiggles his way up to the 45-yard line. Timeout quickly used by Dallas with 1:29 to go here. I like that timeout. It's a run play. You're just trying to pick up yards. I think you're predetermined to use the timeout anyway, because you're going, hey, we're going to run this run play regardless of how many yards it gets. We're just going to pop a timeout, get reset. Hopefully it's a fresh set of downs. And then they go with that. And it's an incomplete pass and pretty bad. So 2nd down and 10. Drops and throws to the left side. Overthrows everybody. Incomplete pass. 3rd and 10 coming up. Think he maybe should have gone to that receiver on the left side. Looked like he had sprung free. Of course, it's easy to say that when you're looking at it from A, our angle, and B, the end of the play where the throw has already been determined where it's going, so the defender's probably trying to make a break on the ball, and that guy's like, I was open, but not really. You know how it goes. Another nice completion on a 3rd down and a good timeout by Dallas. 1:15 to go here. Just, get what you need and just take a timeout to settle everything down. Don't, rush into anything too dumb. And a good no use of a timeout there. He gets slammed down to the turf for the sack. Number 60. I thought he was going for a flip, but he did not. 5-yard loss on the play. I'll go right back to the air. Contested catch. Almost got out of the foot tackle. And he'll be inside the 20 at the 17. 39 seconds to go, and the clock is moving. Throws to the left again and finds another receiver. Contested catch for Pittman. First catch of the day for him. Clock ticks under 30. 2nd and 2. Drops back. Left side. Again finds Pittman, and they're going to go with a timeout. So that is going to mean that they are out of timeouts with 21 seconds to go. Keep that in mind. Also, shout out to the scoreboard in that last timeout graphic that said touchdown when they clearly didn't score a touchdown. Hit as the ball got there, jarred it loose, and it is an incomplete pass. 2nd down.
The D shows a 4-3. Johnson looking to throw.
Incomplete pass. Nobody in the area on that one.
3rd and goal at the 5-yard line. They'll operate out of the shotgun. The quarterback looks to pass.
Goes over the middle, finds a receiver into the end zone for a touchdown. And for the 3rd straight game, we see a team score right before the half. All scores coming within the 15-second mark of the break. 3 points for Mike Vanderjagt. 0 for 0 on extra points. That kick is up, and that kick is good. Dallas regains their 3-point lead, 10-7, with 13 seconds to go.
Vanderjagt, the kickoff.
And they'll return it from about the 2-yard line up to the 20 where he is tackled.
First down and 10 to go.
So we'll see what the Chargers do here. We saw Chicago just take a knee. They didn't even try. Of course, they were down much more than just 3 points. Nice throw over the middle. Quick timeout. I like that from Gannon.
First down and 10 to go.
If you run that play one more time, 2 seconds left. They might be running that play out so that, yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to give it to Gannon. He's going to launch it down the field. No time on the clock. It's touchdown or bust. And this time it is a bust. Pass deflection for John Lynch, his first of the day. Pass defense, I should say. There's a look at the stats. The leads, oh my gosh, the lead. The lead is slim at 3 points for the Cowboys. Chris Brown kicking this one away. They finally got the San Diego defense to break. San Diego gave up some yards and then allowed them to settle for a field goal try. Gave up some yards again, picked the ball off. Then finally they were able to get in on 3rd down. And that was an interesting consistency for this Dallas Cowboys team throughout that last drive, the touchdown drive before the half. 3rd down conversions were really big for them. I think they consistently were making their most progress on 3rd down, which is not a recipe for success. But they made it work. Heck, even the touchdown pass was a 3rd down play. Overthrew everybody. Poor jump timing on the back end. Dallas quickly facing a 3rd and 10 here to open up half number 2. Johnson throws, finds a receiver deep down the middle of the field. And that'll be a nice catch out to the 30 or the 45-yard line, excuse me. Nice leaping reception there. First down and 10.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line. Strong eye, 2 tight ends for the Cowboys. Running play.
Or with a running play, nice spin move there. Tried to get some extra yards when number 21 was in the area. Collapsed on that play quickly and put a stop to that progress. After a gain of 8, second down and 2.
Green 11. Green 11. Set.
Second and 2, throws right. Oh my goodness. Another find down the field to number 20. Anderson getting a lot of touches here, and another spin move that unfortunately didn't work as well as I'm sure he wanted it to. It's first down and 10. Johnson throws and finds another completion. They are just putting the ball in his hands here. Gannon getting some coaching from the coach. Look at what they want to do with their first drive here. Second down and 9 for the Dallas Cowboys, who are up by 3. Deep drop for Johnson, but he can't get the ball out of his hands, and that's a big sack for San Diego, forcing a third down and 16 all the way back at the 39-yard line, which means that that's going to be probably out of field goal range, though who knows with Vanderjagt's power. I don't know what his long was. It's going to force a punt. What a key timing on that sack there. Mitch Berger coming out here, 7th-year pro out of Colorado. A lot of excitement around the Colorado football program.
Punted out of bounds.
Kind of muffed that one. Doesn't really matter. It was out of bounds, so lucky for him. Key sack for San Diego keeps this a 3-point game, forces them out of field goal range. And they'll give their team their offense the ball back with about half of the third quarter to go. Keith Pohl with his third catch for 20 yards. Second down and 5 after the short gain or medium gain. Pitch to the right side for Waters. He'll get 6 when he needed 5. First and 10. 7.2 yards per carry for Ricky Waters. And it's first and 10. It's a pretty nice punt by Dallas to get them back inside the 15-yard line. All kinds of collision there. John Lynch with an excellent pass defense there. Rich Gannon throws over the middle after the play-action pass. He finds Ion Badeo.
First and 10.
And they'll give him the first down on that one.
Red 33. Red 33. Set.
Gannon drops back, throws down the right side, and even though it's contested by John Lynch himself, it's a nice find in Dallas territory and a nice reception to get the first down. Gannon settling in, seeing things well here on the field. San Diego looking to tie or retake the lead. Offset I formation. Gannon throws, and it sounded like it hit somebody's hands, but it falls incomplete. Their pass numbers, short left, have been for -3. Everywhere else, fairly even. They haven't seemed to really favor one spot more than the other, just kind of taking what this defense will give them or where they feel that they can have the best success at a completion. Waters driven back deep in the backfield there.
They lost a few yards on that play.
Third down and 16. Disaster strike in there for the San Diego Chargers. This is why you want to win that field position battle. You pin them back. They had 85 yards to go. I think because he had the ball in his left hand, he's actually going to get the benefit of the first down there. All Dallas needed to do was give up 15 yards or fewer, and they gave up 16 and a quarter. Gannon with a play-action pass finds Ricky Waters out of the backfield. John Lynch on the tackle. Waters doing more damage on the ground, though his stats did take a hit with the big loss.
defense for Dallas. Pass play.
Drive now eclipsing 2 minutes of game time. Rob Morris, his first pass defense of the day, 3 tackles.
Tough and likes to make plays, especially versus the run.
Quarterback drops back. Stop.
It's going to be stopped short of the line to gain. I believe that's going to bring up a 4th down.
He's 6 for 9.
It is 4th down and 4. We'll see a field goal kick here. Chris Brown coming out for his first field goal attempt of the day. And that will wait until the first play of the 4th quarter. All right, we have a good one here in Dallas. We are through 3. Cowboys up 10-7 on the Chargers.
Field goal unit comes on the field.
The field goal unit back on the field. Kick is away, and it is good. It is good.
That's his first field goal.
So we are all knotted at 10 here with 4:55 to go in the 4th. Had a couple of good games in this one. That Minnesota game was not good for Chicago fans, but if you're a Bears hater like me, then it was a fantastic time.
First and 10. The D shows a 4-3.
So first and 10 with 4:52 to go here. One with a handoff, tries to find some room up the middle, but the San Diego Chargers do an excellent job clogging up that middle. 4th year out of Fresno State for Michael Pittman.
4-3 defense for San Diego.
Pitch right side. Nice job again by the San Diego defense to force either a no gain or, in this case, a big loss of yards. 3rd and 16 coming up.
Him to get into the backfield.
3rd and 16, throwing left side, finds an incomplete pass, and that is a terrific defensive stand by the San Diego Chargers. A short 3 and out here, and Mitch Berger is back to punt the ball. Only has the 1 punt. It was short because it was on the Chargers side of the field. Much better kick there. Tried to duck the first man, but couldn't get a whole lot more after the defenders closed in on him. He will get a nice return out to the 46-yard line. And a San Diego Chargers team that feels like it's in some pretty good rhythm comes out with an opportunity to take the lead for the 2nd time today. Nice job to hold on to that ball after a monster hit leveled on him. Keith Poole, 4 catches, 28 yards on the day.
2nd down and 2 to go. Ooh, nice disguise on the play action.
Play action pass. Oh, that should have been picked. That throw was well short of the target. It was a terrific defensive play on the back end, but just could not come up with the reception. And it's 3rd down and 2. Gannon throws deep into the backfield. Waters, though, with just enough speed to get around the corner. Phew! That's one of those kind of plays. You watch it and just go, that is a terrible throw. 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Oh, good. There's a defender in the way.
The Chargers send a man in motion.
Terrific individual effort by Ricky Waters. They will run the ball. Give Waters the ball right back.
6 tackles in this game.
Get inside the 30 and set up a 2nd down and short.
2nd and 2 at the 28-yard line.
Clock hitting the 3-minute mark.
Pass play. Caught by Streets.
It's a really nice find. Good anticipation of the throw. Good location, and they're going to call pass interference on that, which is kind of weird. Seemed like everything was on the level there, but I guess why not? Oh, they're actually just going to call a... Okay, interesting. Penalty got declined, so maybe it just must have been an unrelated penalty. Somebody just... illegal touching or something. Got that weird camera angle again. The pass defensed very well by Mario Edwards on the back end. Sets up 2nd down and 10. 2:49 to go here. San Diego. Maybe if I were San Diego, I'd probably try and run the ball here to get some clock gone, especially if your quarterback is going to throw a pass like that that should have been intercepted again. Gannon's left a couple of balls well short of his intended target, and Dallas has just not been able to come up with those interceptions. Oh, that's well short of the line to gain, and that is Dave Thomas.
Down on the field. He limps to the sidelines,
but the man who owned Wendy's.
That's a good sign.
Chris Brown, 4 points on the day, along of 45 from his field goal kick, and they did not run enough time off the clock. Kick is up, and it is true. So 6 unanswered points for San Diego puts them on top by 3 with 2:21 to go.
High and deep.
From the goal line, excuse me, I was going to say from the 5 for some reason. He had an excellent return, one of the best returns we have seen yet, and I thought that was going to go. Offset I formation. Dallas, all kinds of time to work with. There's a quick, I like that quick drop, quick throw. Pick up a solid gain, set up second and short. The clock isn't your enemy. You only need a field goal to tie. Taking advantage of a good kickoff return on top of it. All of that working well for the Dallas Cowboys.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Eyeing 2 tight ends for the Cowboys.
Johnson throws deep over the middle, deflected with an excellent play by Jason Perry on the back end. First pass defense of the day. Sets up a 2nd down and 10.
You're right, Chris. They need to be smart with the football to have a chance to get the win.
Throwing right.
Throws to the right side, and it's one of those one-handed extendo grabs. A nice grab on that one.
Boom, the offensive line is beginning to wear them down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. The quarterback looks
like it's a bit of a screenplay. I am shocked that he was not out of bounds. I thought for sure he was out of bounds on step 1, but they let him go well up the field there.
Interesting stats.
I really like that deep right side, it looked like. 2nd down and 4, so I'll give him 6, which is still way more than I thought he would get. I thought he'd be out of bounds immediately. Johnson with a really nice decision there to just throw to the flat and pick up a couple of yards. San Diego sent a lot of extra pressure off of the quarterback's left side. It's a good adjustment to just get rid of it. 3rd and 1. It's a caught ball. Oh no, San Diego's defense just can't get off the field. But this was how Dallas scored their lone touchdown. A lot of conversions on 3rd down.
I don't think that was the play he called, Chris.
About 60 seconds to go, and this one throws left side incomplete. 2nd and goal.
7-yard line.
Johnson throws it. It's incomplete again. 3rd and goal. Throws left side. That one's incomplete, and just like that, the defense stands tall, and they will force a field goal attempt. Vanderjagt already 1 for 1 today. Kind of a funky angle, but nothing too difficult for a professional kicker like that. Dallas storms down the field, does leave San Diego 50 seconds to work with. And the kick is a yard deep into the end zone, up to the 15, and that is why you want to just take that knee. 5-yard difference could be all the difference. McDonald with his 2nd tackle on the day. From the 16-yard line, they will need 55 yards, something like that. And with the way that the kicking works in this game, it's hard to believe that feels like a reasonable number. The 55 yards in my head is that 35-yard line that I talk about. But with how wonky this kicking game gets, it's hard to feel confident in that. They need to get it all the way down to the 1.
Gannon drops back.
Gannon throws left side into double coverage, but nothing doing there. Rob Morris
Sets his second
with a pass defense
Rob Morris is a tough
deep down the
linebacker
field there.
who can shed blockers
I think
and
that would
make
just be
plays.
kind of maybe some number weirdness. Second down and 10. Gannon with a short incompletion, or short throw that goes for an incompletion. That's kind of a good incompletion for San Diego. You don't want to see them gaining that few yards and either wasting a bunch of clock or burning a timeout. That's just a bad play.
Quarterback drops back.
Gannon throws. Nice find over the middle inside the 40. They'll pop a quick timeout. 30 seconds to go here.
10 at the
They'll mark it at the
37-yard line.
38-yard line. First and 10.
Jackson is the H-back.
Now San Diego, wow, that was a terrible play. I was going to say that San Diego can't do what Dallas did and take a big sack, and then they just ran a stupid running play that basically acted as the sack that San Diego got on Dallas toward the end of the first half.
Looks to pass.
Finds some 94 again.
That's his third
3
pass
tackle
defended
and
in
his
the game.
third pass defended in this game alone. Third down and 15 to go.
Pass play. Caught.
You know what? I'm okay with that play right there. I like the decision there. Gannon,
The player of the game
247
award
yards
goes
with a
to
touchdown.
Being
Game
awarded
MVP.
MVP is just icing on the cake.
I like that play.
True professional.
Get it to a running back, get it to the flat, and just pick up the yards you lost with the terrible play, plus a little bit extra to make your field goal kicker
Folded left.
have a better shot at it. It's drifting left. It's no good. It's no good. The kicking game is wild.
This field goal attempt today.
Kickers just cannot figure it out in this one. I don't know what the problem. We've never seen this inconsistency before. It is pretty fantastic to see. I hate everything about what just happened. Why are you running the ball if you're going to take a timeout? I know you want to try and spring a surprise on them, but just throw the ball. You don't need a ton of yards. You have a good kicker. Oh, it's incomplete off the hands. All right. So we saw in Madden 2004 that right about 9 seconds was where the team would shift into, it's kind of like, we're going to kick the field goal regardless of if it makes sense. That seems to be
The end of regulation.
right about where we are with
Game.
this game as well,
Cowboys
8-9
13,
seconds,
Chargers
where they go
13.
for the big bomb. What I would have liked to have seen in that situation scenario would be
The Chargers
a nice pass over the middle, kind of the
kickoff.
previous play, but just a completion, just a quick timeout,
Here's the kick.
and then kind of go from there.
Brought down by Wayne.
So he's brought down at the 25-yard line, or just shy of the 25-yard line. It's first and 10 for San Diego here in overtime.
Handoff. No, it's a pass.
Gannon goes with the play-action pass and tries to find a man over the middle. It's incomplete. Edwards getting credit for a pass defense right there. Second and 10.
Flag 28. Flag 28.
Handoff to
There's a nice
Ricky
find to
running
Ricky
Waters.
Waters, and that's what you want to see on a second down right there, right? Maybe a little conservative with the run game call there, but you want Ricky Waters, find a bit of a gap, shoot the gap, pick up a good amount of yards to set yourself up with third and manageable. That's exactly what he did. Set up a third down and 2.
Here's the pitch
Let me
out.
go with a pitch to the right side. Ricky Waters. Ricky Waters had it, but he just turned around for literally no reason. It's fourth and short, and the punting unit is on the field. I can't believe that. That could be the difference between victory and defeat for the San Diego Chargers. All he had to do was just push forward on the stick, but he spun around for some reason. And it wasn't, I didn't even think it was a spin move. It was just a full-on control stick switch. Like rotation.
The pitch out by Johnson.
Pitch to the right side. Johnson finds all kinds of room. Wiggles
First
through
down and more.
just all kinds of traffic there.
12-yard run
Or
by
Pittman, excuse me. with that fantastic run. Doing a nice job to get Dallas a fresh set of downs. 1 minute gone here in overtime. We'll go with a draw play. Hey, if the run game worked the first time, why not try it again? Pick up 4. Though it looked like it could have gone for more. Got knocked down, though.
Johnson looking to
throw to the left side. Nice completion out to Pittman, and there's just nobody on the back end there. That was a terrific play design and excellent, like it's good play design, an excellent time to call it, and great execution, all working in tandem. Pittman in the backfield. I mean, just look at the no one that's there. All the way down inside the 30 to the 25-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. The Cowboys put a man in the slot. Johnson looking to throw.
Don't love that play right there. Looking for a little bit of a screen. Instead, it's just a 5-yard loss out to the 30. So now you're looking at a 47-yard field goal. They're going pitch. Now you're looking at a 50-yard field goal. Uh-oh.
3rd and 16 at the 31-yard line.
Actually, they didn't give him as much of a loss. Still a 49-yard field goal. There's a throw down the right side. It's intercepted. Oh, my goodness. I think that's where that argument comes in, and you go, hey, you need to just kick the field goal as soon as possible. Quarterback getting screamed at by the coach. San Diego back on the field with 2:19 to go in an overtime period. We almost saw a tie game between San Francisco and New Orleans last week. Do we actually see a tie game between the Cowboys and the Chargers? 4th pass defense from Morris there. He made himself known in that 4th quarter with a lot of pass defenses to match those tackles. Gannon going with Ian. There was nowhere to go. Nowhere to go with just brutal hitboxes on those players.
At the 2-minute warning, it's all tied up.
Third down and 9. Gannon takes the snap, throws short, hit immediately by John Lynch, is Ricky Waters. And they will punt the ball away for the 2nd time in the overtime period. They get the pick, but they're not able to do anything with it. I don't love the pass play there on the 3rd down. I don't love the decision to throw to Waters. You're just making them go too far. Hit immediately. I think that would probably be kick-catch interference these days, but maybe not. I don't know. The camera is not the best. Play-action pass. They're going with a little bit of a play-action pass to a screen, which neither one of those plays really look all that good. The screen plays haven't been super effective in this game, and the play-action pass often looks bad because there's just nobody in the backfield. They will pitch it out to the right side, and I feel like both teams have given up, especially Dallas, and I don't think they want their quarterback forcing it down the field if it's going to lead to a turnover, especially with this kind of field positioning. San Diego, on the flip side, hasn't bothered using a timeout here, and it didn't really matter because they gave up a conversion on 3rd and 17. Gross. Just disgusting. 1st and 10, under a minute to go, out at the 43-yard line. They're going to be a pass there. Pass play over the middle. Stayed up on his feet for a little bit there. Finally fell down. They'll give him a gain of 7 into San Diego territory. 44 seconds, and the clock is churning. Johnson throws left side. Hit as the ball got there. 3rd pass defense on the day for him. 3rd and 3. Johnson drops and throws to the left side.
tackled by
Timeout, timeout. They only have 2 in the overtime period. Fourth-year pro out of Mississippi State.
Second catch of the game.
Not only could that ball
It is a very deep field goal from here to throw to the left side. Caught. Timeout immediately. And they will go for the game winner right here. 7 points on the day for Vanderjagt. 100% field goal. Can he make another one? The kick is up. The kick is good. And for the second consecutive week, we see a game go deep into the overtime period with the team emerging victorious via the field goal. 16-13, your final from Dallas. All right. Game is going to load. I am going to hop up and take a quick break here. I actually meant to do that at the halftime break, and when I started this game, I realized that I had forgotten. When we come back, we are going to be down, taking a look at the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Denver Broncos. We'll be right back with more NFL Primetime right after this. Thanks for hanging out. Great opportunity for you to scroll down, subscribe, and ring the bell. We'll see you in just a moment. Hello? Mouse? Hello, everybody. Welcome back here for our final game of the day. Perfectly timed out with the fade out of the music. We will go ahead and do that. We are ready to roll here for game number 4. Denver taking on Arizona. And our fourth and final matchup, coming off a good overtime victory. 2 of the 3 games so far have been really solid. Even if one of them was a little more on the quote-unquote like blowout-y side. It felt well decided, the Bengals and the Ravens game, but I thought that it was still a good game. Coming off,
What are we looking for in today's game?
coming off the best
Arizona
game that we've
find
had
themselves in third
of the day,
place
though.
in the
So,
NFC East.
yeah.
Defensively, they're currently ranked dead last in the NFL at
Dead
stopping
last.
the run and 23rd when it comes to defending the pass. Meanwhile, the
Gee,
Denver
who
Broncos
could ever
come
know
into
why?
This game in 4th place of their division. Offensively, they're currently ranked 29th in the NFL passing the football, while their running game ranks 17th overall.
Thanks, Tom.
The field condition is so good down there, some players have gone to the shortest cleats they can find.
Okay, thank you, Tom. We appreciate
Number
it.
81,
We appreciate that expert analysis. All right, thumbnail is made, and we're ready to roll here in Arizona, and a really nice run all the way, or run back all the way up to the 25-yard line, 26. Have a bit of a golden hour lighting here.
Here's the handoff. Brought down by Myers. 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
2nd down and 8 coming up after a 2-yard gain.
O'Donnell dropped back.
O'Donnell?
Brought down at the 26-yard line.
That's a name that I think is familiar from
3rd and
one of the
10
first
at the
games that we had.
26-yard line.
NFL Fever 02.
O'Donnell looks downfield.
O'Donnell with a throw down the right side and nothing doing there. So not a great drive for Arizona. Quick 3 and out. Troy Brown and LaDainian Tomlinson on this one, or on this unit, but that quarterback seems like kind of a question mark. We have a rookie punter for the Arizona Cardinals. He gets off a nice kick. Will be returned from the 25 up to the 35. Made the first man miss, but a second guy was there. We'll take a look at the offensive line for the Denver Broncos and the backs and receivers. Terrell Davis. He played for Denver, so Denver knew what they had, knew what they wanted. They were like, Terrell Davis, yes, please.
Garcia looks downfield.
Jeff Garcia, quarterback here for the Denver Broncos. Bob Christian, 1 catch, 3 yards.
2nd and 6 at the 41-yard line. Garcia
throwing left side, off to a much better start than his counterpart for Arizona. A couple of completions right off the bat, and it's a 1st and 10 in Arizona territory for the Denver Broncos. There's a pitch to the right side. Wow, nice job by Terrell Davis to kind of wiggle around. Wasn't like a special move or anything, just kind of moved the stick in a way that maybe didn't make a whole lot of sense, but still effective in how it was implemented. 6-yard gain sets up 2nd down and 4. Run play up the middle, stuffed before he can get to the 40. That's a nice play by the Arizona defense. 3rd and 3.
3rd down and 3 for the first.
First 3rd down attempt for the Denver Broncos. Can they keep this drive alive? They're moving a player from left to right. And everybody's on that. Everybody on that right side. A little surprised that they didn't float their swing. Swing's the word I'm looking for. Swing the back out to that left side because they put everybody on the right side of things. Sean Springs, Rodney Harrison on the back side of this Arizona defense. It's an incomplete pass, though. Scott Player, 4th-year pro out of, I believe, Florida State is what that said, and they will punt that ball away. Jake the Snake, not on the Arizona Cardinals anymore. Made the first man miss and tried to get around the lone blocker that was in the area, and one of the few blockers we've seen on those punt returns. Defense for the Denver Broncos, Junior Seau. He's a big name. Dre Bly.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So we're about halfway through quarter number 1. Denver looking a little better off the start, but Arizona's defense did a good job to stuff them once they got that 1 first down. O'Donnell throws an interception. Immediately threw an interception. So we've seen a couple of those straight drops. We saw him in the, specifically in the Cincinnati-Baltimore game earlier today. Quick drop, throw out to the receiver who doesn't ever seem to make much of an effort to move up the field or fake like he's moving up the field. They just turn inside immediately. And a couple of times we saw defenders break on those balls very nicely, but not be able to pick it off. That time we couldn't really see it, but I'm assuming it's the same kind of play. Denver able to come up with an interception and put themselves in an excellent position to get some points here. Throw was just past the receiver a little bit. And it's 3rd down and 13. Arizona can bail out their offense by only giving up a field goal attempt.
Quarterback looks to pass.
And they will do that. Stop them well short of the line to gain. And we will see a try for 3, which has been wild and wacky. Conway, 4th year out of Penn State. The kick is up, and it'll sneak inside the right upright. And good. Dan Morgan, sprained knee.
By Morgan. Might return after the half.
And he might return later in today's game. Kick is away with Denver ahead by 3. 5 yards deep in the end zone, they're going to take it out, and that's why you don't want to take it out. Stopped well short of the line that you want to get, which is the 20-yard line. They give you the free 20 yards just to take a knee. And routinely players do not do it in these very early NFL games on the PlayStation 2. This game also available on Xbox, but also double the price for some reason. I looked at it, it was $4 or whatever, and it was $8. And I thought, you know what? I don't even know if this is going to work. I don't need to commit $8 to this. I can commit $4.
Their down linemen are starting to really stuff the run.
This Arizona Cardinals offense is absolutely wasting the talents of their top receiver and top running back with just not really much of a clear direction of where they want to go. I don't think this is a very good quarterback. I don't know if it's their starting quarterback or if they're on a backup, but they have done nothing through this first quarter. They've thrown an interception. They are at a 4th and 15. Just gross. It's a really nice kick there on that one. That punt.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
I mean, even with a pretty average return, Still puts them in Arizona Cardinals territory. And Denver, whose offense has looked, it's looked good in spots, but inconsistent overall. Gets 9 yards on the carry. Like they had the 1st and 10 where they gained 6 yards and then couldn't gain 4 for the next 2 plays. Pitch right side, trying to find some room, and there's a great example. Charles Woodson.
Predominantly defensive player to win the Heisman Trophy.
Terrific example. Woodson getting deep in the backfield there. Dropping them for a loss of 4, and instead of 3rd and short or even a 1st down, it is 3rd and medium. They do give up the pass play on that one. So they have Rodney Harrison and Charles Woodson. Are you kidding me? One of the best backs, one of the best running backs in the league, and you can't do a darn thing with it. They also had Troy Brown. There's a nice pick. Maybe that's why they're winning some of these games. It's not a strategy to rely on for consistent victory. We saw that with the New York Jets last season, though they reeled off 10 or 11 wins in a row before ultimately falling in the Super Bowl. There's what you're looking for. LaDainian Tomlinson.
Score at the end of the first quarter, the Broncos 3, Cardinals nothing.
He had 6 yards on 3 carries as we shift to the second quarter. Curious what the down and distance here is. It is 2nd and 4. So
24-yard line.
Night has fallen between those 2 quarters. And we have Arizona with a pass play down the right side. Nice completion in between a bunch of white jerseys there for the Denver Broncos. But found the one Cardinal jersey in the area. I'm assuming it's Cardinal red. Wow, that is a terrific throw to thread the needle like that. This is the best that this Arizona Cardinals offense has looked.
Pass play.
Throws down the right side again and finds a nice completion. That's a 30-yard gain down to the 20.
A 30-yard pass.
There's Troy Brown making an appearance here.
Burned his cover man for the long completion, and it's not a bad catch either.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line. Here's the handoff.
There's a nice handoff. Kind of a weird, like, warp tackle there, but sometimes that's just how it goes. 2nd down and 10. Arizona morphed into a completely different team for the second quarter. Throws to the left side. I am surprised that was a completion. It's a really well-located ball by the quarterback, but the defender was right in his pocket. And I thought for sure that you would see a deflection of some kind there. But no, it's a completed pass, a 1st and goal, and a touchdown. Arizona. Where has this team been? Where has it been? Maybe it just takes them a little bit longer than other teams to get into a rhythm. I mean, they looked awful on those first 2 drives. All of a sudden, a nice touchdown drive. Some great throws from O'Donnell. It's Baja Blast season, folks. Get excited. How were the Baja Blasts? Go watch Taste Test. OG Baja Blast is the best, and the other 2 were. I'm assuming I bought a 12-pack of each of the new ones, and the Beeb took them down for the throw hit as he threw, and that one just went nowhere. Lucky that one didn't get picked off. The Beeb took him down for a 4th of July thing, and either she just left him down there and said screw it, or everybody drank him. I don't know.
Here's the run. Breaks left.
Sean Springs. Are you kidding me with this backfield? Or not backfield, but this back end of the defense? Oh my goodness.
Garcia looks downfield. Here comes the punting unit.
Wow, Denver has completely fallen out of rhythm here, and it is 4th and 8.
Tackled by Lucas.
A cover team's best friend is a kick like that.
O'Donnell drops back.
There aren't many players that play with the intensity of Junior Seau.
O'Donnell drops back. Third down with under 3 minutes to go in the half. The Cardinals send
This is the Cardinals offense I was expecting to see a little bit more.
O'Donnell looking to throw.
There's a nice throw.
By
A
Brown.
little bit lucky there to get a nice completion down the field, but still a good completion nonetheless. Arizona, excuse me, will keep their drive alive.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line. Near formation in the backfield.
33. Set.
Handoff.
There we go with a handoff. Trying to find some room on the left side, but nothing doing there.
The big defender just crushes him before he ever
Cedric
gains any
Scott,
momentum.
second tackle of the day. 2nd and 11.
Second and
Coming up for the Arizona Cardinals, who are milking this clock down to the 2-minute warning.
The quarterback looks to
Arizona
pass.
throws. I thought that was going to be a completed pass, but just couldn't hold on to it. 3rd down and 11.
O'Donnell
Dropping back to throw. Finds a completed pass, but it's not enough to get the first down.
A 1-yard
I don't even think he got back to the original
That's
line of
his first
scrimmage.
pass reception today. Baker back
So
to
it'll be
punt.
4th down and 11, and they are going to punt this ball away deep in, well, not deep in, but reasonably far inside Denver territory. Too far for a field goal. I mean, it's kind of no man's land. It might maybe just take a shot at the field goal. I think if it's anything less than 4th and 11, maybe you just try and take a shot at getting the first down.
The return man has good coverage. A nice bit of containment by
But it is a solid punt coverage there that'll help pin them at the 10-yard line. So 1:54 to go here with a 1st and 10. Garcia finds a leaping receiver
Tackled at the
for a grab
14-yard
of
line.
about 4 yards. Sharper with his 3rd tackle of the day, 2nd and 6.
At the 14-yard line.
18. 18.
Garcia drops back.
Garcia throws to the right side,
Rodney
met
Harrison
as
is a big
he
safety that can come out of
catches the
nowhere.
Rodney Harrison, Sean Springs, and we saw Charles Woodson. I talked a little bit earlier about the quarterback room of the Detroit Lions last year. I think that back end for this Arizona Cardinals defense
Here's their
could
third
rival
punt of
that.
the game.
I don't know what exactly their ratings are at this point in time. I would think Woodson would be relatively established at this point. Harrison might be a little bit on the younger side, so he might not. Oh, it's a fumble. Oh, no.
Tackled at the
Wait,
39-yard
what? They took a
line.
timeout? Wait. Team stats? Can you look at team stats? Nope, can't look at all that. Rushing, total offense, first downs, punting. They really take a timeout after that?
Garcia looks downfield.
Oh, it's intercepted.
It's his first
I don't understand what's
interception of the
happening.
game.
So we got a
Arizona
fumble on the
ball.
punt return. Denver took a timeout, and then they threw an interception. Is that the jinx?
O'Donnell.
Throwing to the right side, hit as the ball gets there. Collision jars the ball loose. And it'll be 2nd down and 10.
To 1998.
O'Donnell throws over the middle again, hit right as the ball got there.
He's one of the most
Junior
intimidating
Seau
players in football.
showing off his skills on the defensive side. I feel like everyone needs a halftime at this point. It's just like, everybody settle down, reset, come back out. Is that gonna, I mean, we see this every once in a while in some of these other games. We see one good drive from Arizona, and that's it. They were somehow able to accidentally score a touchdown. And instead it's going to be a 4th down and a pretty bad punt and not much of a return. All of this is a mess. All of this has been a mess. All right, Jeff Garcia back out on the field with the Broncos offense. Threw an interception on the last drive. Throws an incompletion to start this drive. 2nd and 10 with 28 seconds to go. Gross. Those numbers are... Those numbers are disgusting. 2nd down and 10. Garcia finds a receiver who just runs right out of bounds. That was a 2-yard loss. 3rd down and 12. Garcia throws deep down the field, hit as the ball got there. It'll be 4th down and 12. And a punting scenario going here. It's one of the few times that we have seen a couple of bad offenses happening at the same time. You'd kind of like to just see a team give up. Just go like, hey, look, we're out of rhythm. We're out of sync. We need to go back into the locker room. We need to regroup. Pushing for points doesn't matter if you're going to potentially throw an interception. And you're running a lot of plays. And obviously every time you do that, you're risking injury to a player. Just reset, get everybody relaxed, and they're just not doing that. Both of these offenses are I don't ever want to watch either of these teams again. Okay. Caught and then called a timeout. I mean, it's a fine timeout for Denver. I don't know that anyone's ever going to break through for a touchdown, but you never know. Punt returns for touchdowns aren't super common, even in the video game sense. He almost proved me wrong. I'd like to thank that punt return for running the rest of that clock out. That was awful. That was awful. We have a game here. Cardinals are up 7-3. They mustered one good offensive drive, and that's it. Denver got a field goal, and they've just been out of rhythm ever since. They almost, I mean, they got the return, the fumble on the return, or the punt, yeah. Oh my goodness. Fumbled on the punt return, and then they recovered. Denver recovered it, and then called a timeout, which was maybe the most bizarre part of that whole sequence, and then threw an interception. Where has any of these completions been for the last, 2 minutes of that second quarter? 3rd catch of the day for, what's his name? Terrell Davis, who has a long of 14, but 3 receptions for 9 yards. So good for him to get back into the positives. Met in the backfield or right at the line of scrimmage and tackled for no gain. 2nd down and 10. Garcia throws it. It's almost intercepted. Nice break on the ball there, but not able to corral the interception. 3rd down and 10 instead for Denver.
Garcia looking to throw.
So this is bad offense. I mean, it's a good job by Woodson there to get in on the tackle and make sure that they don't get any yards. Good job on that guy to ruin his celebration solo shot. But it's a terrible throw. It's a terrible decision. It's a terrible play call. And it's a 2-yard gain when you need 10. That is bad offense. It's a good play on defense to make sure that they don't get those yards. But you're really asking a player to get 10, maybe even 10 plus with that play, and it's awful.
O'Donnell looking to throw.
O'Donnell finds a receiver up near the line to gain. Don't know if they'll give it to him. They're going to give him 2nd and inches. Troy Brown on the reception there.
Quarterback drops back.
2nd and inches. They're going with a deep pass down the right side. Actually like the play call. I like the shot deep. 3rd and inches is very reasonable, very manageable. Just go with a run here. Maybe a little predictable. And I think that predictability may have actually backfired on this Arizona Cardinals offense. Clyde Simmons came through that line, a man on a mission, and that mission was a force of 4th down. And he was successful in that mission, 4th down and 3. Coming up here for the Arizona Cardinals. They will punt the ball away yet again. That didn't seem like it was a very good kick, and he's going to return it from the 25. He'll fall forward after the tackle, and he will land at the 35, just across the 35-yard line. 1st down and 10. Pass play, left side. Oh, that's a terrific break on the ball and a real opportunity. Stop doing that. Stop going inside the numbers. It's another great opportunity for this Arizona Cardinals defense to pick off the ball, get a turnover, get a sudden change, but they can't take advantage of it. 7-3, going left side, finding a receiver. He'll turn upfield, get past the 50, into Arizona Cardinals territory, down near the 33-yard line, 32? 33-yard line, something like that. Some pretty good tackle animations. I mean, everything feels very like
10 at the 43-yard line. 4 down linemen on D.
I don't know.
11.
Like, the animations are fun, but it does feel more like an animation-based game rather than like a skill-based game, and that's just watching this.
Thrown down at the 33-yard line.
2nd down and short. Denver finally getting into some kind of offensive rhythm here. We're winding down toward the 2-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. Arizona leads 7-3. Hasn't been a whole lot of action here recently. The players have been weirdly glitchy in some of these instances. I don't understand what it is. Like, it just like they're there in the wrong spot and then back in the spot or something. It's a very weird scenario they got going on here. Throws left side, finds that one-armed catch to Terrence Wilkins, excuse me. 2nd and short.
15-yard line.
Pitches left side. Terrell Davis, all kinds of room to turn upfield. Tackle on the play by Rodney Harrison. 8 carries, 30 yards. Sets up Denver with a 1st and goal from the 10.
Broncos send a man in motion.
Garcia throws and finds a leaping receiver for a touchdown. Denver with a nice job to get some points on the board here in the 2nd half. Re-grab their 3-point lead.
The extra point attempt by Conway.
Kick is up, and the kick is good.
It's good. That's his first extra
Denver
point
10,
today.
Arizona 7.
High and to the left.
5 yards deep in the end zone from the letter R.
Thrown down by Jones.
All the way up to the 15-yard line. It's a 20-yard return. That because of the location in which he took the ball, it really only gives him 16 yards of field position. 30-yard, or 30-yard, I don't know where I was going with that. I think it was 30 seconds on the play clock, and I, for whatever reason, read that, and my brain just did that. 4 catches for 69 yards, 2nd down and 4 following the reception, Troy Brown.
looking to throw.
That's a nice throw and catch up and around the 30-yard line.
First and 10. Quarterback drops back.
That's a nice... Oh, looked like it was going to be a pretty nice throw, but a better defensive play there to get some hands on it. Force the incomplete pass. Second down and 10. Going with a run, trying to find some room on the right side. Nothing doing there. Third down and 9.
He sets up against the pass. The quarterback looks to pass.
Oh, that should have been picked. Another great read on where that ball was going to go. And this Arizona Cardinals offense is completely fallen apart. I mean, just completely fallen apart. You look at their defense and you kind of understand like maybe why they're 1-0. Then you look at their offense and you go like, how are you 1-0? Then they throw the one good drive together that they get a touchdown and you go, oh, okay. Maybe just a bit of a slow start. Not a great, not a great rhythm established early on offense. Cool. Okay. Then they've just done nothing for like 2 quarters now. And it's very annoying. So Denver takes over. Start of the 4th quarter with a 3-point lead. They'll go to Terrell Davis. Eric Flowers has a QB knock and gets a tackle on that one. 2nd and 11 following the loss. I'd like to see both of these teams complete some passes, run the ball a little bit, especially Denver here. Garcia throws, and that's just over the head of everybody. There was a much better completion opportunity if he had thrown that to the right on the receiver kind of slanting towards the corner rather than whatever he chose to do there. 3rd down and 11.
Garcia looks downfield. The bomb down the
Garcia,
right sideline.
big throw, and it is caught. Because of course it is. What?
Caught for the first down. A 51-yard pass by Garcia.
Great hands complemented with dangerous speed should make Albert Connell an offensive threat for many years.
First and 10.
10 to go. Far formation in the backfield. Handoff to Davis.
Going handoff right side. Terrell Davis finds a good amount of yards, but couldn't quite get the first down. 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2. The D shows a 4-3.
Oh boy, that was a hiccup. Pitch to the right side. Tries to find some room, but the Cardinals swarmed to the ball. Sold out to stop the run on that. Jamie Sharper injured on the play. 3rd down and 6. Denver looking for a touchdown to extend this lead to 2 scores. Arizona looking to keep their offense in the game by holding them to a field goal attempt. It's incomplete. Usually when there's an incompletion, it sounds like there's more of like a thump. Like the hand got the ball, but not that time. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So it's 13-7 here. Denver leads with 3.5 to go. Good stand by the Arizona Cardinals defense to force the field goal try. Average start position is bad at the own 20-yard line. That is not what you want.
Stop by 1. Report from the sidelines, Sharper out 4 to 8 weeks with a broken foot. Pass play.
First down and 10. O'Donnell finds a nice pass play on what looks like it was a screen. Seemed like he maybe actually held on to that ball a little bit too long. Maybe should have been illegal or ineligible receiver downfield, but no call. The play stands. And there's the throw that should have been a catch. I mean, that should have been a catch. Inexcusable drop for Arizona right there.
quarterback looks to pass.
Goes to the left side. I mean, yeah, God. How do you miss that completion on the play before that, the 1st and 10?
Just got away with one right there.
You're right, Chris. They need to be smart with the football to have a chance to get the win.
He needs to invest in some
My goodness. I am so tired of watching. Arizona is not going to be on the show again. God, they're awful. We've seen better and more efficient games from overtime matchups than we have from these two teams that are playing in regulation. I mean, this game is just sludging and trudging along. They're going with a little fullback run there. Bob Christian picks up 3 yards on his first carry of the day. Nice little vision there to find just enough room to get a nice gain. 2nd and 7 coming up. Hopefully this means Denver is going to start milking this clock out. And we can get the heck out of here. Send you on your way to hopefully other videos on my channel.
2nd and 7. 4 down linemen on D. The
pitch to the left side. Tries to find some room, but nothing doing there. Sean Springs, 3rd tackle on the day. Arizona's defense looking to just keep their offense in the game. Give them a shot. Maybe they can accidentally score another touchdown.
At the 2-minute warning, Broncos
they managed to squeak out a victory. I like the clock management here, especially from Denver. But I like it from Arizona as well. You don't really need to take the timeouts until like right now. Now is when I would take a timeout. They don't typically take them this early inside the 2-minute warning, but I would have liked to have seen them burn one right there.
To punt it away.
Kick is away. Be returned from the 15-yard line up to the 25. He is going to wiggle free of the defenders. He just ran out of bounds.
1st down and 10 to go.
I mean, I don't know that he's going to get all the way back to the house, but you got to turn up the field a little bit. The clock stops after the change of possession. It feels like the developers of the game just did not understand that rule.
2nd and 2 at the 41-yard line. The D shows a 4-3. O'Donnell looks downfield.
O'Donnell finds a reception out in the flat, takes a quick timeout as they hit midfield, or the 49-yard line, just short of midfield. 1st and 10 with 52 seconds to go. It's touchdown or bust for Arizona, down 6.
O'Donnell.
They're going with a screenplay. I wanted to say play action pass, but that was incorrect. A little bit too messy on the execution there. Maybe let the defense get a little too far in, and the defense was able to react on the outside as well. Forced kind of a weird throw and a bad completion, only gaining a yard, and that will burn a timeout. They got to go further down the field, and that is the answer that you're looking for. He's caught inside the 10-yard line. This is where I think you burn a timeout really quickly. It just save yourself a couple of seconds here. We take a look at the replay.
They call him a deep threat.
O'Donnell hit after the throw there. Clean hit, not saying anything about that, but had a really clean pocket, really nice looking pocket there to work with. And it'll be 1st and goal.
The quarterback looks to pass.
Finds the defensive hands of Ken Lucas, who has a forced fumble, along with a couple of pass deflections, or defenses. O'Donnell throws and finds another defender. 2 shots left here for the Arizona Cardinals to find the end zone. If this game goes to kick a field goal, I will lose my mind.
Quarterback quarterback looks to pass.
Oh, they're going to go with a weird play there. Don't love it. Ken Lucas, your game MVP. 4 tackles, a forced fumble, and a 2 passes defended. All right, here we go. 4th and goal for the game. Arizona scores and wins, or they miss and lose. From the 4-yard line. Snaps the ball. O'Donnell drops back. Throws over the middle. Finds the receiver. Touchdown. Arizona has scored 2 touchdowns seemingly accidentally because everything else that surrounded those 2 drives was utter garbage. And even this time, it took them until 4th and goal to find the end zone. They will kick the extra point here. Wade Ritchie, 1 for 1 on the day. Kick is up, the kick is good, and with 15 seconds remaining, the Arizona Cardinals take the 1-point lead.
High kick towards the end zone.
This one at the goal line, up to the 10, the 15, 20, 25, makes a little bit of a move and gets stopped at about the 27-yard line.
10 to go.
1st and 10 here.
For the Cardinals. Garcia looks downfield.
Garcia with a terrible throw on 1st and 10.
Tommy, what do you think of the game so far?
The offense has shown they can attack the entire field.
Garcia
2nd and 10, throwing down the middle.
3rd down and
I don't like either of these teams. Both of these teams are garbage. I hate it. I mean, those throws weren't even close. Garcia's going to throw a short one over the middle. I don't know what you're doing. Ideally, what you're probably going to see here is number 81 shift, or they'll shift it this way, depending on if he's left or right-handed. Nope. They didn't go for what I thought they were going to go for. Tipped and incomplete. Arizona somehow wins an absolute slop fest of a game, 14-13. What I thought Denver would do there was do the play where they run, depending on what hand the quarterback is. They run a receiver from the left to the right. He'll roll out to the strong hand side, throw it deep down the field, looking for that touchdown like Cincinnati had earlier in today's broadcast. But they didn't. They just were terrible. That was the closest score of the day, and by far, I mean by far, the worst game. The worst game. All right, week 3 is complete. So let's see what transpired today. The Bengals, they won 21-6 over the Ravens. We got to see a safety in that one, so that's pretty exciting. Colts all over the Bills, 24-9. Falcons victorious by 3, 13-10 against the Panthers. Browns beat the Lions, but the Lions score points, and that is a moral victory for them. 17-10 your final from Cleveland. Vikings just destroyed the Bears in our second game of the day, 28-0. Chiefs beat the Giants 27-19. Raiders beat the Dolphins by 2 touchdowns, 20-6. Cowboys, they beat the Chargers in overtime, 16-13. Jaguars beat the Titans by 4 in Jacksonville, 10-6. The Patriots beat the Jets by 3, 13-10. Seahawks all over the Eagles by 2 touchdowns, 27-13. We watched we did not watch that. Sorry, skipped a game. 49ers blank the Rams 14-0. Cardinals also score 14, and they beat the Broncos 14-13. And the Packers fall by 1 to Washington in Green Bay, 7-6. Taking a quick look at your primetime players, Brian Griese, 2 passing touchdowns, 212 yards for the Cincinnati Bengals. AFC defensive side of the ball, Marco Coleman, 1 interception return touchdown, 2 sacks with obviously with the pick, and then 2 tackles for Cleveland. The AFC special teams player, Martin Gramatica, 2 field goals, 3 extra points for Kansas City. NFC side, we have Gus Frerotte, 242 passing yards with 2 passing touchdowns in the Vikings win over the Bears. Randall Godfrey, interception return for a touchdown. One of those 2 picks in total and 5 tackles for the Lions, and they lost by 7, which sucks because that means that the Lions offense has not scored anything. It's been special teams and defense that have scored points for the Detroit Lions, who remain offensively inept, I guess is the word. Mike Vanderjagt, your player of the game, or your primetime player, NFC special teams style. 3 field goals, 1 extra point, including the game winner. All right, before we move on to week number 4, let's take a look at the standings. Only 2 undefeated teams remain, and they are the Buccaneers and the Raiders. Moving to the NFC East, Cowboys, along with Washington, top that division. Both teams 2-1, though Washington has been outscored by 3 points. Interesting. Cardinals are 1-1. Eagles, Saints, both 0-3, and they are losing badly. Eagles and Giants. Why did I say Saints? Eagles and Giants. Sorry. In the West, the 49ers lead with the Falcons and the Rams, actually. 3 teams at 2-1. 49ers, Falcons, Rams, Saints, and Panthers 0-. The Saints have scored a mere 7 points, and they have only given up 20. Buccaneers, they lead the NFC Central at 2-0. The Packers and Vikings close behind at 2-1. The Bears are 1-2, and the Lions are 0-3. In the AFC, we have the East, which has the Bills, Colts, and Patriots all atop the division at 2-1. The Dolphins and Jets not too far behind at 1-2. Raiders lead the West with a record of 3-0. Chiefs, Seahawks are 2-1. Chargers are 1-1, and the Broncos are 1-2. And that'll do it. Oh no, I'm sorry, the Central. The Central's so big, I thought it was the just general thing. The AFC Central has the Bengals, Ravens, and Steelers on top at 2-1. The Bengals, Ravens, Jaguars 2-1. Steelers at 1-1. Titans and Browns are 1-2. Whew. All right, let's see if there's anything. Oh no, hold on, don't want to do that. Although I could save my beloved Packers from losing a game. Save. Thanks everybody so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Every Tuesday I post random rosters right here on the channel. Each season has an individual playlist if you'd like to go back and watch some other ones. Otherwise, we will see you next week with some more NFL action. We have a couple of games already picked out for you. Steelers, Bills, Browns, Jaguars, as those are both games that feature teams that have not been on the channel. Kind of a weird AFC East matchup in the Patriots and Colts. We'll see if maybe there's some undefeated teams playing each other, or, well, the Raiders would be the undefeated team, and the Bucks. They're playing the Vikings. Seahawks are playing the Raiders. Okay, that one's kind of interesting. 49ers, Jets. Maybe find some division matchups to round out the 4 games. But again, thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We will see you next week for more random rosters right here on youtube.com/SeanOsaurusRex. Subscribe, ring the bell. You'll be notified when I post new videos. Check out some other videos, and we'll see you next time right here on Random Rosters. Good sports. Goodbye.